step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, good morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. We hope you're well. Are you well, G?
Oh, man, it's just me and the ladies today. You know I'm well. You know I'm well.
No complaints.
I have to say, my poor mind is torn. I think I developed a mild case of schizophrenia this weekend, trying to follow all of the sporting action. So much to catch up on. Of course, Roger Federer taking an 8th, the record Wimbledon title. Unbelievable scenes at the Old English Club, and a huge amount of sport to recap. So Juan Karstel joins us this morning. We're going to try and bring you up to speed with as much as possible.
Absolutely. We're also going to bring you up to speed with what our local celebs have been getting up to in Ibiza. They are partying up a storm, living their best lives, and we've got all the details.
Oh, absolutely love that. Then Soli Philander, one of the funniest men we know, is back with a brand new show titled Nice Jacket. Nice jacket.
Nice jacket.
Nice jacket.
Oh, okay,
I can't wait to find out a little bit more about that, and also catch up, I think, with one of South Africa's favourite sons. He is an absolute legend.
Absolutely. And then our musical guest this morning, Nipho Mkhize, is going to take your Monday to a whole nother level. Trust me, you were never ready for this. But to get us ready for the day, Zoe has your temperatures. Morning, Zoe.
Well, good morning to you. Well, let's get a first look at your temperatures, and it seems like it's going to be a cold and dry morning across the country, with the scale reaching a low in Bloemfontein with a frigid -6 degrees, and Mbombela in the north reaching a pleasant 21 degrees Celsius. Well, let's look at your temperatures in Polokwane, 3 reaching a high of 18, Mbombela 621, Pretoria 419, Johannesburg 1 reaching a high of 17, Mahikeng 3 with a high of 20, Klerksdorp 0 reaching a high of 17, Kimberley -2, 14, Bloemfontein -6 reaching a warm temperature of 15. Richards Bay today 12:20, Pietermaritzburg 3:18, Durban sunshine with a low of 12 and a high of 19, Mthatha -1:17, East London 7:18, Cradock -1:15, Port Elizabeth 7 reaching a high of 17. Sunshine can be expected in George, a low of 6, a high of 15. Sutherland -4:18, Cape Town 8:13, Worcester -1 reaching a high of 13. Springbok today partly cloudy 2 with a high of 15, and Uppington -2 reaching a high of 16 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather for now, but let's take a look at your traffic, and we start off in Gauteng and Midrand. Now there's a stationary vehicle that's blocking lanes on the N1 northbound, that's after Allendale Road, and the N3 southbound at Rand Airport interchange. En in Cape Town en Matroosfontein verwag stadige bewegende verkeer op die N2 inkomende. Dis net voor die R300 wisselaar, en jy kan vertragings verwag tot al die pad toe in die stad. Wel, dis waar ons jou verkeer los op jou goedvoel ontbytprogram.
Mom, I fought a dragon. Of course there's a scratch.
Thank you so much, ladies. Let's now delve into a mixed bag of sporting action, some momentous achievements over the weekend. Of course, Roger Federer making history, winning his 8th Wimbledon title, beating Marin Cilic. But so much to cover. Juan Karstel, part of the left backs, joins us this morning. I've got a sore neck from just watching sport the entire weekend. What a stellar weekend of sport. But I think we've got to take a moment to take cognizance of the fact that Roger Federer, if you had said 6 months ago that he was going to come back and win 2 Grand Slam titles this year, I don't think he even would have believed it himself, especially after a lengthy break. Unfortunately, Marin Cilic conceding, I think, to an injury halfway through, or maybe the moment just got the better of him. But what did you make of the Wimbledon men's final?
So I think Roger Federer is definitely, one of the greatest of all time, possibly one of the greatest sportsmen of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, only at 35 years old, he's won like 19 Grand Slams, I think it is, and 2 Wimbledon titles. And, for a long time, there was a lot of talk of Nadal and, Djokovic and everything, but I really think that Federer is just the guy. And the fact that he's got South African roots is also something that makes me really proud.
Yeah, no, we'll take that one. And we spare a thought for Marin Cilic, and I love the fact that Federer was as gracious, and he was a gentleman in victory as well there. And you begin to understand why he's the most marketable sports star in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff in the ladies. Garbine Muguruza also winning a bit of a one-sided affair after that first set against Venus. It looked like we were in for a stellar final.
Yeah.
And then that second set was over before it began.
For sure. I mean, Venus, I think she's had a really rough year. I mean, she had a lot of personal trouble. She was in an accident where somebody was injured. And I think the fact that she just made it to the final is really, really impressive. So I think, good on her.
I think as much as it felt like both of our finalists could have been made to work a little bit harder, you can take nothing away from their victories there. Then we move to Super Rugby. We're moving into the final round of kind of regular play. A couple of the teams dropping out. One of those being the Bulls, who went down to the Stormers. It feels like the Bulls have been able to salvage their season just a little bit. Certainly some pairings in there. The centre pairing, unbelievable. But the Stormers having a good run, building some nice momentum, and of course they're up against the Chiefs next weekend.
For sure. I think that's going to be a really, really tough game. I think they've beaten the Chiefs before, and that's something that they'll take a lot of, confidence from, but I think it's going to be really, really hard to beat the Chiefs again, even though it's at Newlands.
Yeah, no, certainly, and we're going to need the Newlands faithful to be out and strong. I think certainly from a coaching perspective, they've seen a bit of depth. They've had to blood in a lot of new, younger players. What do you make of the look of the Stormers outfit?
For me, Damien Willemse is just someone really to watch.
Revelation,
Absolutely. I watched some of his videos from when he was in Paul Roos. He's just got this killer step. And I really, really rate that guy. And I think he can really go places. I mean, he's only 19 and he's really fit in well in Super Rugby, so who knows what he can achieve in his career.
Yeah, and I think Jason Colby, another standout player for me. For one of the smallest guys on the park, he hits incredibly hard.
For sure.
And then another big result for the Lions. The Sharks, I think, they, as much as they would have wanted the win, they get another crack this coming weekend.
Yeah.
I think they prefer that to travelling abroad to New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think the Lions next week at Ellis Park is going to be a different kettle of fish. I think the Sharks are really going to battle against them.
Fired up for sure, and then just one more result coming out there. The Kings going down to the Cheetahs. Both of those teams out, but I think the Kings, they've certainly earned a lot of respect in the season. And then finally, Formula One. What a British Grand Prix. What a race for Hamilton to win.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, there's been a lot of talk in the media about Hamilton and how he's disagreeing with a lot of people, and he's maybe not the most likable fellow, but he's a phenomenal driver. And I think the fact that he can just pull it off at his home stadium or his home ground, I think is really, really great achievement.
A good weekend to be in the UK, man.
Oh, yes.
So thank you so much, my brother. Tough job we have. Tough job to go and sit and pour through all of the sporting action. We quickly, again, send out a massive congratulations to Team South Africa in the Under-18 World Athletics Champs. 11 podium finishes. That's the biggest medal haul of any country, so congratulations there. And that's a wrap on your weekend sport.
Thanks, G-Man. Well, it's time for us to head over to social media, and it is World Emoji Day. I know, who would have thought it, right? So each one of our presenters over here is acting out a different emoji, and we want to know from you, can you guess which one we're acting out? Let's see who kicks off our responses here. Ursh Feb says, I can't guess, but I know it's going to be a fun show this morning. Yes, absolutely. Susan says, hope you had a fabulous weekend, Susie, in the USA. Good morning, USA. Glad you're watching. Louise Cherry says, good morning. See no evil. Speak no evil. Thumbs up and fists up. Let's go a bit further down where someone's actually given us the emojis. Mosi Budu says there, we've got a thumbs up, we've got the two monkey faces there, and we've got the fist pump as well. So it seems like a lot of you know, some of you don't, but it's all good. Keep playing. It's World Emoji Day, everybody. It's going to be a good one.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, seems like all our Mzansiwood stars are living life in Ibiza. We'll bring you all of that after the break.
And you can see that surprises Soli Philander. He's been working on his wave. Come on. There we go. Nice, dynamic Soli Philander, one of the funniest people we know, one of the nicest South Africans we know as well, is back with a brand new show. We'll chat to the man after the break.
Yo. Yo.
I'll make it back to you.
We'll go from there. So we're gonna do chorus and then rap. 2, 3. Chorus and rap. Yeah. All kinds of badass.
I'll make it back to you. But love don't need a reason. And without you, there's no reason. And I'll make it back to you. Oh. As long as I'm still breathing. And I won't have this feeling.
little time. Saw you from across the road with my pupils eye. Hardly know you, but I know you're shy. Just spit all your attributes, telling me your man used to make you cry. But why? When you fly from the up down, play the king of spades, you play the queen with a red crown. Notice me tomorrow like when I'm normal again. I thank you if you can give me a black blue or a pen. Man, I trash, I'm never one of those ugly men. If this was the end of the fairy tale, start the shit again. This is random, together we can walk in tandem, looking at the night sky, doing things that your man hasn't. You can see I can rap, call it exchanging passions. Both crazy, let's relocate to another planet. I need a wife, I need the love, I see it in your eyes. You wanna give him up, yo.
I'll make it back to you. Oh, oh, oh. Love don't need a reason, and without you there's no meaning. And I'll make it back to you. Oh, oh. As long as I'm still breathing, and I won't have this feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, I'll make it back to you.
Can you turn up my mic, Snappy? 1, 2.
I'll make it back to you.
Can we just do Runaway quickly?
I'll make it back. I feel like it's.
We're doing Runaway now. Runaway. Yeah, please. She's singing Runaway with me. Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso. That tune only means one thing. It means it's time for us to find out what our local stars have been up to.
Well, it seems like this is a good time for local stars to take a little bit of a break because Nikki van der Walt and Leanne Liebenberg have served up some serious couple goals for as long as we can remember. And of course, now they're serving up family goals too. So taking to Instagram, the gorgeous couple shared several photos of their family while away on vacation in Ibiza. Now they were canoeing, they were swimming, they were taking in the sun, visit to the Eiffel Tower, and it looks like they had some major memories to take home with them, looking absolutely incredible.
Fun holiday trip.
What if this is like a baby moon?
Well, you never know. You never know. But I mean, the fact that they're abroad during the school holidays, it's really special.
Exactly. Oh, I think we need a Nikki Jr. I'm just saying, y'all need to work on it. Anyway, just like Leanne and Nikki, Casper Nyovest is also living his best life in Ibiza. The rapper shared several photos of himself on social media as he enjoyed the vacation, which saw him partying on multi-million-dollar yachts. And in between partying it up, he also had time to chill on the beach and do some exploring as well. And then, of course, he made time to hang out with his friendie, Thando Tebete, who was also there. We showed pictures last week of her serving up some major holiday goals. And I don't know, the two of them took this photo, which makes me think that if ever they decided to be a couple, they could give AKA and Bonang a serious run for their money.
This picture's worth 1,000 words. I think we shouldn't overanalyze it.
But this is a cute picture, though. It is a cute
cool
picture.
Photo.
Sure.
Well, there you have it. That's what we have for you on our local entertainment news front. Do stick around because we'll tell you what our international stars have been up to. So cute.
Who needs international stars when we've got our very own Cape Tonian Soli Philander? He is so Cape Tonian that he's probably the Cape Tonian. Can I call you the Cape Tonian?
You can.
The quintessential Cape Tonian. No, you are so proud of the mother city and where you hail from. In fact, your Twitter account describes you as the creative Cape Tonian.
Yes.
The rest of us are not creative. No, we leave it up to
creative.
you. So it is so good to have you back, and it's so good to have you back on stage with a brand new show titled Nice Coat. Nice coat, by the way.
Thank you so much, Graham. And and it's really good to be. Your coat's okay. It's really good to be, especially back at the Baxter. You know, I have such history with the Baxter, and it feels a bit like a little bit of a homecoming. So I'm really excited. You know?
I know a lot of your fans are very excited. You know, I laugh at the title, Nice Coat. Why the title, Nice Coat?
Well, I wanted to, you know, because the show is completely about Cape Town, I wanted to kind of have something in the title that indicated that it was about Cape Town, but also Cape Town uncovered, you know, Cape Town down low. Did I say that? But so it was for Cape Townians to see Nice Coat and go like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then sort of in their head translate it and go, Nice Coat, so in Afrikaans, what would that be? And then there would be it would produce a little smile, you know, in
and then you know whether you are Cape Townian or not. I love the fact that we celebrate, yet you also kind of, like you say, pull the coat back, pull that veil back, and show the city for what it is. And we've got to take the good with the bad. Are we in a good place? Are we in a bad place? How do you feel?
I think, you know, like I say in the show, you know, there's certainly there's much to be moan and grieve, but there's also much to be positive about, I believe. And I think that indicates an evolving society. And there's, I think, we've made some gains. We're stuck in certain areas, but we've made some gains in others. And I think Cape Town has always been, the idea of Cape Town for me has always been this thing about surviving and overcoming in spite and despite, you know. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay in terms of the energy to kind of forge ahead and still go for it. And we still maintain our sense of humor, which is I think,
only because it's
imperative.
rained. We can only maintain our sense of humor because we've had a few droplets of rain.
Well, and also the shebeens go after hours. And I think we're in an okay place. I wouldn't want to start ringing the bells, but I think we're okay in terms of kind of going the challenges that still face us, you know. And every now and again, you know, citizens need reminding that South Africa, the new, was never something. It wasn't a fait accompli. It's something we're moving to. So we're going to get stuff. There'll be fallout, but we're going to get there. I believe we're going to get there.
Why now? Why? It's been a while since we've seen you on stage. You've returned to the Baxter, as you say, kind of a spiritual home for yourself. Why this show? Why now?
Well, specifically because, Graham, you know, it just started bugging me a couple of years ago. This idea that most of the narrative around Cape Town has been either political or like from a tourism aspect, you know, like a sense of, well, Cape Town sold like this or Cape Town sold like that.
Yeah.
And I really I felt like I wanted to do something about just being a citizen of this city, being raised here, living here, experiencing all the layers of it, and presenting something that said, this is a Cape Town as I understand it. This is the Cape Town of my youth and my childhood, and now my adulthood, and even my dotage. It wasn't that funny, Graham.
I wasn't going to say. Now, listen, when I laugh, it's only because I can apply it to myself.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love it. Well, we're going to take the coat off from tomorrow up until the 29th of July. Nice Coat is airing at the Baxter. Soli, you're going to stick around. We're going to have some fun and games with you a little bit later this morning. We're going to explore his Cape Townianism a little bit later in the show, but I'm loving having him here this morning. Now we're going to continue to entertain you with some unbelievable music, now hailing all the way from Pietermaritzburg. He is an actor, he's a singer, he's a songwriter. I'm talking about Nipho Mkhize. After wrapping up his studies, Nipho finally set his sights on conquering the radio airwaves with the release of his first track that he is about to perform for us right now. Here he is with Back to You.
A soldier on a mission, can't stop cause I don't wanna miss you. I gotta fix this mad mess before it breaks our heart. One chance, one shot is all I need to make this soul up to you. Please hear me through the pain and tears. We can make it through. This song's for the broken hearted. Don't know how it started, but living how it's ended. This ain't how it ends for us, girl. I'll fight for our happy ending. You dare with a new beginning. that you was really worth fighting for, girl. I'll make it back to you. Love don't need a reason, and without you there's no meaning. And I'll make it back to you. As long as I'm still breathing, and I won't have this feeling. Oh. Say what? I'll make it back to you. Love don't need a reason, and without you there's no meaning. And I'll make it back to you. As long as I'm still breathing, and I won't have this feeling.
Oh, yeah, gentlemen, beautiful stuff. Dude, you can't come out the gates that strong. People are going to pull a muscle, dude. Come on, man. It's early on a Monday, man.
This is early for us. This is early for us, musers, artists.
Bro, it is awesome to hear you do. Did you make it back to her?
I think so. She's still going to get back to me.
Come on, hopefully she was watching this morning. Dude, we have got you all morning, a couple more performances coming your way. So proud of what you've achieved, dude, with your very young career. How would you describe your sound, dude? What generates this, man?
I would say it's pop. I guess I'm trying to make music that appeals to the masses. And yeah, just having a lot of fun making music that I guess connects narratively in terms of love and romance and all those kind of things. So yeah, I guess just trying to make music that makes people happy and
makes that one particular person happy. Come on, man. Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Come on, girl. I hope
just
she was
put my
watching.
number there.
No, dude, love the sound. It's something fresh. It's awesome. I know radio is loving it as well. We're going to get another performance from you a little bit later and get into that backstory. I know you've got quite a diverse set of talents, dude, but it's so good that you are answering this call. Gentlemen, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Big thank you to Golden Circle as well for providing the technical equipment. Another performance coming from this youngster in just a moment.
Well, lots of feel-good still coming up on your feel-good breakfast show. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll take a look at everything trending, including the London Tube, now gender inclusive.
Wonderful. And then we need to bring you some tech update news, and it's all about the latest in Facebook and, of course, what we can expect that's happening there. All that and more coming up on your feel-good breakfast show. We'll be right back.
Only you can make my day.
welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's Expresso, and time for us to now turn our attention to everything we love online.
Yeah, man. If you love spending time on social media, then this offer is a must for you. In fact, you cannot miss it today. Why? Because Vodacom is all about making your day with 1 gig of free data. Now, Vodacom is offering customers a chance to explore more of the internet with their Make Your Day campaign by giving you access to a new site every day of the weekend. Monday is all about Facebook. So we thought we'd stroll through our Facebook timeline, find some interesting, funny and random things that we have stumbled across that we want to share with you this morning. What you got for us, sister?
Well, the first one is all the big names in surfing. They're currently in Jeffreys Bay for the J-Bay Opens Championships.
Come on,
and
son.
you know what? Before the boys kicked it off in the water, they wanted to do a round of golf at St. Francis Links course. And, of course, Australian surfer Julian Wilson, he hit a hole-in-one. It was a pretty big deal, but we want to show you as well.
Come back! Come in!
That's a pretty big deal.
It's a big deal. I don't think they're going to be reacting like that if they did that well in the surf. But the J-Bay looking awesome, man. Come on, Geordie Smith. Come on, son. We love you, man. Now, of course, we head a little further afield now. We know the London public transport system, the Underground, it is called, or the Tube, has changed their greeting announcement from ladies and gentlemen to a more gender-inclusive good morning, everyone. Now, Transport for London said they reviewed their language policies to make sure it is fully inclusive and reflecting London's diversity at the moment. That's pretty cool. Welcome,
really
everyone.
Cool.
Welcome.
That is really, really cool indeed. Well, listen, last but not least, we have leading lady from Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, thanking fans for their continuous support.
She's awesome.
And what's quite cool is, with regards to the box office sales, it's surpassed domestic sales, now beating Deadpool, which grossed in $363 million, and it even received a congratulations from Ryan Reynolds, who's the lead in Deadpool. So,
man, two awesome films, but I love the fact that Wonder Woman has inspired this kind of strong feminine icon now, and you've got young girls, young boys wanting to be Wonder Woman now, which is an awesome message to send. Absolutely love that, man. And don't laugh. Don't laugh. I want to be Wonder Woman. It's all right.
There's nothing wrong with Wonder Woman.
She's
She's
types out
awesome.
just now, man. Absolutely cool stuff. So you can let us know what's been trending on your timeline. Hit us up on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. But just to reiterate, you guys have an opportunity to explore as much of Facebook as you want today, and you've got to make your day to do it. What you need to do is buy a Vodacom 100 meg data bundle or more and have a positive balance on your phone. Then dial *111*634#, or you can just simply download the latest version of the My Vodacom app and make sure that you opt in daily, and then you get up to 1 free gig of data every day. And we're going to continue to explore these awesome deals throughout the rest of the week. #Meg Your Day today.
Thank you so much, Graham. In the national news this morning, the cold front the South African Weather Service predicted brought snow and rain as forecast over the weekend. Snowfalls were experienced over the mountainous areas of the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape yesterday to as low as 1,200 to 1,400 meters above sea level, which even saw Table Mountain receiving a dusting at just over 1,085 meters. More snowfall was expected last night with a possible closure of mountain passes in the Western and Eastern Cape. The public is warned to be alert at all times. A total of 78 people were arrested in Tshwane over the weekend and will appear in the Hatfield Community and Pretoria Magistrates Courts today. Crimes include theft and various drug-related charges. 7 arrests were made for possession of suspected stolen property, 9 for theft, 2 for possession of car-breaking equipment, 6 for fraud, and 2 for house-breaking and theft. Weekend crime prevention operations were conducted in Brooklyn, Garsfontein, Littleton, Sunnyside, Silverton, Pretoria Moot, and Valeria. Now moving further abroad, 8 people have died and at least 49 people were injured after a wall collapsed at a football stadium in Senegal. The tragedy happened at Demba Diop Stadium in the capital Dakar at the end of the League Cup final between Stade d'Mbor and Union Sportive Ouakam, which Mbor won 2-1. Fighting broke out between rival fans and police responded by using tear gas, which led to panic, a stampede and the wall collapse. In the wake of the accident, Senegal has suspended all sports and cultural events until elections at the end of the month. And then finally, thousands of Poles gathered outside Parliament in the capital of Warsaw yesterday to condemn a controversial reform to the judiciary. Protesters say the bill passed by the Senate on Saturday will erode judges' independence and undermine democracy. It gives MPs and the Justice Minister the power to appoint judges without consulting judicial circles. President Andrzej Duda, who was still to sign the bill into law, has given no indication that he plans to veto it. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
Cricket first this morning after a busy weekend of sport and the third day of the second test between South Africa and England. Wrapped up last night with South Africa in a commanding position. At the close of play, England had one run on the board as they chased down a very high target of 473 for victory. Of course, earlier in the day, South Africa declared their second innings on 343 for 9. Day 4 gets underway of that second test at 12 p.m. South African time this afternoon. Then on to rugby. The final round of the Super Rugby group stages took place this weekend, which saw victories for the Stormers, Lions and Cheetahs. So the Lions finished the group stages with 14 wins from their 15 games, an imperious form this year. They beat the Sharks by 27 points to 10. Joburg's side outscoring their opponents by 3 tries to 1. Elsewhere, the Stormers, they pulled off a 41-33 win over the Bulls, and while the Cheetahs, they edged out the Kings by 21 points to 20. Then history made at Wimbledon this week, and Roger Federer won a record-breaking 8th Wimbledon title yesterday as he saw out a straight sets final victory over Marin Cilic. Federer wrapping up the 6-3, 6-1, 6-4 victory on centre court in just an hour and 44 minutes to take his Grand Slam tally to 19. That's 4 ahead of Rafa Nadal. Of course, in the ladies' final on Saturday, 23-year-old Garbine Muguruza beat Venus Williams in straight sets as well to lift her first ever Wimbledon trophy. Then we stay in the UK, where Lewis Hamilton earned his 57th career victory yesterday as he crossed the line first at the British Grand Prix in front of a packed crowd. The win takes Hamilton up to 176 points now in second place on the drivers' standings. That's just 1 point behind Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel, who finished yesterday's race in 7th. It was a 1-2 finish for Mercedes at Valtteri Bottas. He ended the British race in second position with Ferrari's Kimi Raikkonen rounding off the podium. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at your traffic starting off in Gauteng. On the N1, expect some congestion on the N1 northbound between 14th Avenue and Rivonia Road. Then if you're in Cape Town, there's some congestion on the N2 inbound between Jakes Gerwel Drive and Mowbray Main Road, causing delays of about 16 minutes travel time. Well, that's where we leave your traffic for now. We'll bring you another update in half an hour's time. But first, let's take another look at your weather. Seems like most parts of the country can experience a cold and dry morning across, but with temperatures reaching a high of 21 degrees Celsius in Mbombela. But let's take a full look at those temperatures, starting off in Polokwane. Expect a low of 3, a high of 18. Mbombela 621, Pretoria 419, Johannesburg 1 with a high of 17. Mahikeng 3 met 'n maximum van 20, Klerksdorp 0 en styg na 17. Kimberley -2 14, Bloemfontein -6 en styg na 15. Richards Bay deels bewolk 12 met 'n maximum van 20, Pietermaritzburg 3 en styg na 18. If you're in Durban, expect sunshine, a low of 12 and a high of 19. Mthatha -1 reaching a high of 17. East London 718, Cradock -1 15. Port Elizabeth 7 and reaches a high of 17. George 615, Sutherland -4 reaching a high of 18. Cape Town 8 with a high of 13. Worcester -1 reaching a high of 13. Springbok 2 reaching a high of 15. And Uppington -2 reaching a high of 16 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where we leave your weather for now. We'll bring you another update in half an hour's time.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media, and we're talking about just another human being that's showing us that age is nothing but a number. Roger Federer, who turns 36 years old on the 8th of August. World number 3, Roger Federer, has won his 8th Wimbledon. Everyone is talking about him this morning. Dhruv saying, Roger, that Wimbledon title number 8. What a champion you are. Truly blessed to see you play. Calvin says, an athlete's most important ability is availability. Federer won Wimbledon with his top rivals injured, but that says nothing about, okay, well, he's not loving him. Anyways, moving along, Matt says age is just a number. 8th Wimbledon title to His Majesty Roger Federer. So if you want to add to that, or you want to see what people are currently saying, why don't you go and check out that hashtag, Roger Federer.
Can't believe we found a Roger Federer hater online. Boo. Boo for you, man. Well, talking about winners, you have an opportunity to win. The Expresso New Metro Club keeps on giving in the best part. The club covers not only the latest films in the best formats, sometimes we like to throw in an exceptional, exclusive cinema-going experience as well. And this week, we bring you an extra special movie event like no other by transporting cinema-goers to a first screening and a full entertainment event, we're calling it, of Valerian, the City of 1,000 Planets.
World-renowned director Luc Besson, best known for The Fifth Element, treats movie fans to yet another once-in-a-lifetime film spectacular. When a dark force threatens the existence of a vast metropolis of the future, 2 special operatives are the only chance of salvation. Be the first in South Africa to experience Besson's masterpiece, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets, at a special screening event on the 20th of July. With themed drinks, food and entertainment, New Metro's exclusive VIP cinema in Hyde Park will be transformed into the City of 1,000 Planets. Tickets and more info for this showcase movie event can be found on the New Metro website. New Metro, it's your scene.
Well, still exciting things to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll take a look at the latest news in Facebook. And then, of course, it's weird but wonderful workouts with Sheana Abrahams. She joins us in studio, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
Is it on? Am I on? Can't see. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay.
1 2. Yo, yo.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. So it's a brand new week, and Expresso, of course, prepares you for it all with regular tech news updates. Some quite momentous news this morning. And we're chatting about watching TV on Facebook. And then we ask, are smartphones causing humanity to regress? Oh, it's going to get deep this morning. We're joined by our tech experts and editor of bandwidthblog.com, Tennis Jansen-van-Rensburg. Tennis, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I hope I didn't make you nervous with that intro. It's interesting times we live in, my friend.
Very much so.
So let's broach TV first. In the last 5 years, we've seen Netflix and a massive surge in downloadable content. Then we've seen pay-per-view and TV try and catch up by offering live streaming. Now we are seeing Facebook move into the TV space. What is going on?
Well, you know, all these big tech companies, they want to try to take over the world, basically. And this is just the next step for Facebook. So it is a natural progression. If you imagine that they've got over 2 billion active users per month.
Put that on your
platform.
pay-per-view. Put that on your
Exactly.
pay-per-view.
So if you think, if they can only get a small percentage of those people actually paying for content on Facebook, that'll be a massive revenue stream. So basically what we're seeing is that, or seeing reports at least, that they are definitely going to be creating content for streaming. So like the likes of Netflix, YouTube having gone into YouTube Red for more premium content for some of their subscribers, and Amazon Prime, for example. So a lot of these technology companies are taking advantage of internet speeds just having picked up and more
Certainly
people
here in
having
South
access.
Africa, yeah.
Definitely, more people are now also streaming in South Africa.
Give the people cable. Give the people cables. So how do they make it unique? Because I think that's the standout feature, is it still has to be Facebook.
Well, yes.
How do you think they're going to differentiate themselves?
Well, it's going to be unique content in the first place. So the content that they're going to create is not going to be kind of copy-paste from anywhere else, from any other network. They are reportedly willing to spend up to $3 million per episode in production for shows that they are going to create. And even for their lesser premium content, more than $500,000 per episode to make this something that people actually want to watch.
To put it in perspective, I remember The Practice, one of probably the highest award-winning series of all time, was made at a spend eventually at about $2 million an episode. So that is scary stuff, but a great, I think, outlet for artists and that side of the industry. So now I'm going to have to approach a very difficult question here, because I think we all know about the social impact of smartphones, and I think that very much leading from social media. But when we look at the technology itself, it seems that there are some interesting stats coming out that they are actually causing humanity to regress, certainly when it comes to the road.
Well, we all know how dangerous it is to use your smartphone while on the roads, and we are now starting to see that come to fruition in terms of accident statistics in the United States. So the last time in South Africa this type of study came out, it saw that up to 25% of every single of all car accidents was because of smartphones. Now, the United States had a huge drive in trying to curb their deaths on the road, which they did do year on year for 40 years until this past year, where now for the first time the deaths are starting to increase again because of smartphone use.
That's shocking. It means you would rather have an update from your phone and connect on social media than stay alive.
It's scary. Up to 88% of people reported looking at their phone while driving.
I wonder what they were looking at on their phone at the time. But of course, we know that there is hands-free technology available, and pretty soon self-driving cars, I think, will become a lot more dominant. So hopefully that we'll see another shift, and we can make up those statistics in a much more positive way. Tinus, thank you so much. Interesting world we live in, my friend. Anyone who's out there wanting to kind of start a new production company, pitch to Facebook now. Get in on the ground level. That was our latest tech update.
Thank you so much, G. Well, Vodacom is about to make your day with free data. Now, explore Facebook Monday, Lifestyle Tuesday, Gaming Wednesday, Instagram Thursday, Music Friday, Sports Saturday, and Video Sunday. To qualify, you can buy a Vodacom 100 meg data bundle or more and have a positive balance. Then dial *111*634#, or you can download the latest My Vodacom app. Remember to opt in daily and don't miss out on the 1 gig free data every day from South Africa's best network. For more information and T's and C's, you can visit vodacom.co.za.
Well, listen, this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Time for us to now get into our Monday morning fitness routine. Sheana Abrahams with us in studio. Good morning. You know what? I love that we're doing something unusual today, because I see the dumbbells, which are our usual equipment pieces we use.
We'll be adding a combination.
We have PVC pipes with us.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
So a PVC pipe is a great form of warm-up for exercise. If you don't have a PVC pipe and you have a broomstick at home, there we go. You could use it. Okay. So we're going to pick up our PVC pipe, and we looking at working 30 seconds on and then 30 seconds of a cardio, which I'll show you now.
Okay.
That you can do it at home. You don't need any form of equipment. So with our PVC pipe, we want to put it on our back, and this just helps us keep our chest up.
Okay.
So what we're doing is called a courtesy squat. I don't know if you've ever done it before. So from there, we're taking... Let's go with our right leg. We're taking it behind us. You're going to go all the way behind. Knee in the front needs to flare out. You're going to drop your knee to the floor, so like you're doing a courtesy, and then come back up, and then we'll change sides. So all the way over and back up. So you're going to do 30 seconds of these, and make sure your shoulders don't round over. So that's why we're keeping the pipe there, so we keep our chest nice and up, and change over. So 30 seconds of that. Then we want to put the pipe down, and we want it to be nice and intense. We're just showing you how to do the exercise correctly. And then feet together. If you want to, you can draw a square around you. You want to go outside the square, dip down, back in. Outside the square, dip down, back in. So you want to do 30 seconds of that. Get the heart rate pumping. and then you'll take a breather. Then we're gonna go to our next exercise. So it's gonna be 30 seconds of your strength, then 30 seconds of your cardio.
Okay, cool.
Okay, next one, we're gonna pick up the dumbbells. Okay, we're gonna go into the push-up position. So we're doing a combination. So we're going into the push-up position. From there, we wanna go into our squat, walk it up into our squat, pop it onto our shoulders, stand up and press above our head. Back down to the shoulders, dumbbells to the ground, step it out, push-up position, back up, pop it onto the shoulders and lock out. So you can see it really takes the heart rate up.
It does.
From
It's
there,
almost like a slow down, higher grade burpee.
exactly.
That we just did.
And then from there, you'll go back to the side, dip, back in, side dip, back in. And we'll do 30 seconds of those.
Okay, cool. And that will keep your cardio
getting the
heart rate
up.
going.
Exactly.
Cool.
From there, we go into the floor. We're going to go into our dip position. So we get into the arms. Okay. We're going to walk our feet out. We're going to dip. So elbows back, lock out. Right hand touching the left toe.
foot.
Back there.
This is not the type of exercises you
Lock
want to do
up.
someone that's slightly uncoordinated.
Dip back down. So take it nice and slow. Touch, back down, dip, lock out, and touch. So you'll do 30 seconds of that. Back up to the floor, and then, like I said, you're gonna go again into your 30 seconds,
Squats.
jumping out, all the way up.
That's a good workout to be able to do at home and in a hotel room if you're traveling. So there really
Exactly.
is no excuse. Well, Sheena, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure, yeah.
Well, there you go. Something different on your Monday morning.
Oh man, absolutely love it. Have you been following the news lately? Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you, Zoe. Well done, girl. We live vicariously through you and your fitness this morning. Hopefully that inspired you. Well, if you are inspired by celebrity news, maybe the world of music, television, or even the movies, now is your time to have a little bit of fun. We have blurred out the image of someone's face, someone that you really should know this morning. We're going to make it so easy. We're going to give you a couple of clues, and we'd love to hear from you on our social media platforms who our mystery celeb is.
Okay, so that image is not really easy, but I think the clues may be. So
But
here you
stand
go.
back and you can.
Maybe. Okay, so here's your clues. This South African-born actress was born in Benoni in 1975. She was a model and a dancer before making the career change to acting.
She's performed all of her own stunts, which is quite cool, for the upcoming film Atomic Blonde, and she really is our Atomic Blonde. And she's the first South African ever to win an Oscar for Best Actress.
I think we just gave it away. It's very easy. Well, head
Yes,
on
we
over
should
to our social media platforms and let us know who this morning's mystery person is. And remember to use the hashtag Expresso Show on Twitter.
We're going to take a very quick break while you update your social media platforms. We're going to take a look after the break at Africa's, I was going to say South Africa's, but Africa's biggest esports gaming festival.
Wow.
It is massive. If you're a FIFA or footy fan, you want to get stuck in.
And if you're an emoji fan, well, we're talking about World Emoji Day, which happens to be today.
Really?
All that more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
At Samsung, we believe in technology that touches lives. We believe that you are the inspiration and we're the innovation. You are the dreamer and we're the catcher. You are the main act and we are the stage. You're the shooting star and we're the constellation. We develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on a beautiful Monday morning. Now, competitive gaming has seen a massive increase in popularity over the past few years, both internationally and, of course, here in South Africa. We've covered so many of the new developments. This weekend, we'll see the VS Gaming Tournament being held in Johannesburg, which is currently the biggest e-football gaming tournament in Africa. And here with us this morning is VS Gaming CEO, Cambridge Mokanyane. Cambridge, awesome to see you
Morning,
again.
Graham. How are you?
I'm very good. It's always football with you, man. We
Good to
connected
see you, yeah.
the last time during 2010, can you believe it?
Absolutely.
How
Did the
old are
World
we
Cup.
getting, my friend?
My word. How the world has changed from football to e-gaming now.
I know,
Fantastic.
but you're still staying in the epicenter of football as well.
That's right.
What an awesome way to connect with the continent and highlight one of the fastest growing, I think, trends in the world at the moment. But so good to see that trend now hitting here in Africa, in South Africa. Are we growing at the rate that we should be, do you think?
Graham, e-sport is probably the biggest sporting code that people have never heard of. It's growing massively.
Crazy.
You know, in South Africa, we see, in terms of our website as well, thousands of people joining every day. It's actually quite incredible what's happening. And yesterday I was in Johannesburg downtown and I saw the guys there, just gaming, FIFA, Counter-Strike, Dota, you name it. So the guys are really, really, really growing the gaming space.
Just like any other big business, you need the big names to pull in the fans. Or is that the case? Are there e-sports celebrities?
Yes, definitely. Although they may not be known to us, normal people.
Us normal human beings.
Amongst the gaming community, they're very much well known. There's a guy called Abubakar Kawaya. He's a FIFA South African champion 7 times. He's a great, great guy. We've got Rob Hart as well, an amazing Dota player. So some of the girls are also coming up. There's a girl in Cape Town also who's also coming up. So I think we're seeing more and more of these guys coming to the fore, and our whole objective is to make them really big celebrities that are recognizable to the community.
Because what it does is it provides a shining light to a community, to a database of young people who are looking for a space to express themselves and have an unbelievable skill set as well. What makes it a lot more attractive, of course, is the kind of money that we are talking here. Prize money. What's involved with this particular tournament?
It's the biggest prize ever in the history of esports in South Africa, and also in Africa. 1.5 million prize pool to be won. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, the winner will walk with $500,000, R500,000 rand, and the guy to number 36 will actually be getting a prize as well. So the day is going to be amazing. There's going to be a lot of festivities. There's going to be music. Samizi will be there. DJ Fresh will be there. Euphonic will be there. Nasty C will be there. You name it. All the guys will be there. And a lot of the guys we've got are actually gamers themselves. We really
I know. Well, I mean, you mentioned FIFA, and people are like, it brings out the competitive
Absolutely.
side. I think the big question here is, and I know there are a lot of footballers out there going, man, I wish I made that much money in my professional career. How do people can we still get involved? How open to the public is this?
Yes, it's very much open to the public. You can order your tickets online, www.vsgaming.co.za, or at CompuTicket. We've got 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, 22nd on Saturday, 23rd on Sunday. It's $100 per person per day. And I think it's actually going to be a worthwhile event. It is going to be the most happening event in Johannesburg. You've got Casper Nyovest, you've got Ricky Rick, all the big guys are going to be there. And also, the big thing is there's going to be over 1,000 gamers under one roof, playing at the same time. That's never been done before in South Africa. It's going to be awesome.
Land on a different level. I love that. Your biggest issue is going to be getting all of these celebs you've mentioned off their controllers long enough to get onto a stage. But Cambridge,
Absolutely.
I know anything that you're involved in, I've come to realize has got a heart and soul to it as well. So congratulations on yet another success, sir.
Graham, thank you so much.
Stuff, man. Awesome.
Always great to speak to you.
And so we are, of course, really shouting it from the rooftop. You can attend the VS Gaming Festival this weekend in Johannesburg at Gallagher Estate in Midrand. Tickets just R100 and can be purchased by visiting vsgaming.co.za. It's a festival for the whole family. As you've heard, there is a crazy lineup of entertainment as well. And of course, exclusive to our viewers, we've got 2 tickets to give away. Simply visit Expresso on Facebook. Tell us what your favorite game is, and you could be going along. And remember, terms and conditions can all be found on expressoshow.com.
Well, exciting times ahead. Just as exciting as the fact that we're celebrating World Emoji Day today. And of course, we know that emojis open up a world of expression. You can use them in any way that you want. But did you know that when they were first developed, they did have a very particular meaning attached to it? And we decided today that we're going to go through a list of emojis that you've been using, but you probably didn't know that you might have been using them incorrectly. So Zoe, do you want to kick us off with the first one?
Well, you know what? I love this one. It is the, you call it the praying hands. People often use it for high five. But in fact, in Japanese, it is a hand gesture meaning an expression of apology or even to say gratitude for a meal. So that's actually the real meaning behind this emoji. We've all been using it as prayer hands.
I've been using it as prayer hands. Okay, but how about this one? Disappointed but relieved. Now, people usually express distress with this particular emoji. But if you look at the placement of the tear, it actually expresses that you're disappointed but relieved. Still pretty ambiguous. Disappointed but relieved.
Yes, it is a little bit of a confusing one. Listen, the next one, the help desk, the lady behind the help desk. In fact, that's what it is. A lot of people use it to be a little bit sassy, but in fact, it is just that. It is a helpful information desk person.
Okay, how about this next one? The face with the okay gesture. I also never used this one.
I've
now,
never
this
used
one seems to confuse a lot of people. Do you actually use this emoji? Well, you can let us know. It actually means okay in Japanese culture.
I had no idea that's what that emoji was all about. Well, listen, our next one is the face that look like you are angry. It looks like you are, that you're being a little frustrated. A lot of us use that emoji for this, but in fact, it's just the face of looking triumph. Like, so you like,
really? I thought it was like you exasperated. So funny. Okay, how about this one? The face with a look of triumph.
I'm getting him confused. Am I getting him confused?
I think you did the okay.
I'm right.
Yeah, you're right, you are. Well, I never use that one for exasperated. I use that one whenever, my brother doesn't do something that he has to do at home. Well, the meanings can change because of the cultural significance, but we can also use emojis to express our individual identities and add some color to our text. So what do you think? Do emojis have fixed meanings or are they up for interpretation? Which of these actual meanings shocked you the most? Why don't you let us know on our social media sites with the hashtag Expresso Show.
Well, I'm all for, I think they're up for interpretation. Well, listen, we've asked some of our favorite celebs to share their meanings and their favorite emojis on World Emoji Day.
My favorite emoji to use is thank you, because I thank my friends every day for the support that they give me. I thank God every day for the blessings that He's given me.
This sign shows that you respect people and you say thanks to them, maybe if they're supporting you, whatever that you do.
I thank my parents, every day for bringing me into this beautiful app.
If you've ever texted me or ever seen any of my social media posts, you know that my favorite emoji is the one like where the guy has his hands on his head, just like, because that's, whether you're shocked, whether you're happy, like whether you're just blown away by the number of people, in front of you, like at a show, singing along to your songs, that fully expresses me and my reactions to a lot of things in life.
Emojis have become a language, and of course, one of my favorite emojis is really this one. I absolutely love that emoji because it means like sometimes I want to look at something, I don't want to look at something, I'm embarrassed about something, it's culturally awkward to say something, then you just hide your face.
It's something like I like it because I like to dismiss a lot of things that don't make sense in my life. Like if the room is a mess, I just dismiss things that I don't need. So situations in life, people, etc., etc. So it's like, blah.
I'm not wearing a samba dress, but I can try. Basically, she's moving and dancing. But I'm a DJ, not a dancer, so that's not what I'm supposed to be judged on. Because I'm a DJ, so I'm always trying to get people to dance, I'm always trying to get people to move, and I think that's the best representation of an emoji to kind of show people having a good time. And if everybody could samba, the world would be a better place.
My favorite emoji, I'm so boring, man. Like, my favorite emojis is the smile and the surprise look. I'm a positive driven person, so I like seeing people smile, and anything I say, I would like for it to be interpreted as I'm not fighting, I'm not trying to cause any whatever, you know, like, let's just be happy.
I think, yeah, they're sharp, but I choose the albinos one. There's one that's like an albino, just it incorporates everybody, black and white, in somebody.
The monkey. It just always just sums up an awkward moment or when you don't know what to say.
My favorite emoji, which I sent to my husband, is the one with the heart eyes.
Oh, I think I've the smiley face permanently plastered on this face of mine, and this is going to make you smile now as we get into our Mandela Monday hero. Although autism is well known, few people, I think, truly understand the impact of the condition until they're affected by it in their circle of friends or certainly their family. It's rare that a young person with no personal connection to the condition would devote their time and talent to helping children with autism, but it is precisely why Anna Moshitama is our Mandela Monday hero.
Being an autism technician is that we have the expertise and the training and the skills to treat children with autism and to help them overcome their challenges. Teaching children how to function as human beings is very inspiring.
Anna Moshitama is a BA Psychology graduate who helps children with autism as an autism technician at the Star Academy's Athol Centre, as well as part of their outreach program in Tembisa.
Autism is a social and communicative disorder. So most of our kids come in nonverbal and not very social, so they have skill deficits. So then through that they engage in a lot of behavior because it's very frustrating for people not to understand you. So some kids come in nonverbal and they don't speak at all, and some come in verbal but they still need assistance with phrasing things and making sentences, and then some of them are not very social. So we teach them how to become social. So that's how autism looks on a day-to-day basis. An autism technician is someone who actually works with the kids with autism. So at the Star Academy, we are both certified autism technicians. So we are trained to manage behavior and then teach our kids skills, like the deficits that they have. We teach them skills and we replace their behavior with appropriate behavior.
This caring young woman also played a role in starting the Tembisa Outreach Project, which raises awareness and offers practical support to families.
I help facilitate a Tembisa Outreach support group with the psychologists at Tembisa Hospital. Mainly we just try to do a lot of parent training for the parents whose kids are not in the program because they're not getting any assistance at all since they're not in the program. And then also with the parents that are in the program, they also give out information to the other parents just to help them out. There are a lot of challenges because there's a lack of resources, especially in South Africa. So especially with the outreach project, we're struggling with finding space because we have a lot of kids on a waiting list. So I think I'd say that's the biggest challenge, especially with our outreach project, resources, lack of resources.
The Star Academy is an academy that provides education programs to children on the autism spectrum. Star Academy works with children from the ages of 17 months to 17 years old. We cater for children across the autism spectrum. The parents in Tembisa have been given the opportunity to send their children to a top facility that is providing them with free ABA programs on a daily basis. We feel very committed to the Tembisa community in providing their children with expert education programs, and they come free of charge.
For parents, help from qualified autism technicians is life-changing as they are given resources of information, treatment, and emotional support.
This project is so important because there are many kids with autism, and in the community can't handle this child. They don't know how to behave with these children because they are so hyper. They can't deal with these hyper children. But now with this Star Academy, he's great, and other kids want to get in the school also.
For me, it's amazing to actually help people from my own community because a lot of people tend to forget, like when they start working and they start doing things for themselves, they actually kind of forget where they come from. So doing something for my community is amazing because I'm helping out the people that some of them raised me, some of them went to church with, some of them I get to change their lives on a day-to-day basis, so that's amazing.
With just a little push in the right direction, these children can end up moving mountains, and they have loving help from someone like Anna to guide them on their way.
Well, it's your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we're still in the month of national savings. And really, when it comes to our hard-earned cash, one of the most important keys to saving success is to view saving as something you do on a regular and disciplined basis. Now, if you think of saving as something you only do if you have money left over at the end of the month, then this could be a recipe for disaster. Yeah. It is extremely important to have a proper budget and to stick to it, because most people do not have a clue what they are actually spending their money on every single month. So we're here to, you know, we're all a little guilty of this.
Exactly, me included. Well, that's why Nedbank pay-as-you-use account for 5 Rand a month rather has been designed to help you save. Now, for just 5 Rand a month, you get unlimited card swipes and free cell phone and internet banking. This is a fully transparent account that keeps you in control of what you pay and what you use. So if you're interested in saving with Nedbank pay-as-you-use account, just SMS NEDPAYU to 30755 and you'll receive the information that you need. SMSs are free and the terms and conditions can be found on nedbank.co.za.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Let your money hustle for you. Get a bank account for 5 Rand per month and bank on the Nedbank app without using any data. See money differently. Nedbank.
A beautiful day is dawning, and we suggest you stick around and start it with us after the break. He calls himself a Cape Townian, so we're going to put Soli Philander's Cape Town lingo to the test. Then Amy Hopkins is back in the kitchen. We're going to whip up some savoury pumpkin and oats flapjacks with a little salmon tossed in. So stick around. Going to be delicious. We'll see you now.
The search for a better way to soothe itchy skin conditions began over a decade ago, and we discovered the answer beneath the ocean. Our natural active ingredient, CEMK, is derived from brown sea kelp, known for its powerful anti-itch and anti-inflammatory properties. The result, 100% cortisone-free itch relief that's suitable for the whole family. Dermikelp for itchy, irritated skin and scalp conditions, including eczema. The search for a better way to soothe itchy skin conditions began over a decade ago, and
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso, and it's time for us to now find out what our international stars have been up to over the weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Well, the Kardashians may have tried it, but Beyonce actually got it right. She managed to break the internet this weekend. Not actually break the internet,
again.
but you know what we say, by posting the first photos of her twins. On Instagram, Queen Bee shared the photo, which shows her looking as regal as ever as she cradles her babies, whose names are Sir and Rumi Carter. Now, that's not all. She also posted the first photos of her post-baby body, and boy, does she look absolutely amazing. Can you believe?
1 month post-twins. Only Beyonce can look like that.
Absolutely amazing. A new album, a growing family, and a hot baby mama. It must be nice to be Jay-Z right now, hey?
Yeah, look at that photo. Absolutely beautiful.
I love them so much. Well, on to another Hollywood hot couple, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Oh, the two of them, who are no strangers to dressing up, have blown us away with how gorgeous they look on yet another get-up. Now, on Instagram, Chrissy shared some photos of them donning traditional attire while they were vacationing in Bali, and baby Luna missed on the traditional garb, but mom and dad did make sure that she had a blast too. Look how awesome they look.
Absolutely beautiful. Like, just watching all of her Instagram posts and Insta stories, I'm like, I could do with a trip to Bali right now.
I just want to say to the two of them, can they just please have more babies?
Yes.
They make the most gorgeous children together, okay?
They do.
Homework for the two of you. Go, get ready.
Okay, well, there you have it. That was our international entertainment news right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, I'm loving having the one and only, the incomparable Soli Philander in studio this morning.
Although apparently I am very comparable because somebody just said on Twitter that I look like Samizi's mom.
Nice, I'll take it, man. Boom.
Samizi's mom?
Come on,
my
take
mom?
it, man.
My
Take
mom,
it,
your
man.
mom? Your mom, my mom.
I want to hear from your mom to see how she feels about that. No, we are loving the fact that you've stuck around this morning. So you call yourself a Cape Townian. So do you want to put the Cape Townian to the test this morning? We got some Cape Town lingo. Now, I'm from Joburg, okay, so I need a bit of an education this morning. So, and we know that you're on stage for Nice Coat at the Baxter up until the 29th, but we've got you now in our clutches this morning, so we're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to give you a very Cape Town term, okay? I'm going to ask you to first describe it to me, okay, as if I know nothing, all right? And then use it in a sentence so that I don't look like a fool when I use it in a sentence. All right, it's tough out here, man. It's tough on the breakfast circuit. All right, so our first term this morning is skellum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, a skellum, you would automatically think that that was a thief, but it isn't actually. Because a skellum is actually a streak, which, what do you say streak is in English? It's like your thing, you know? You gooi a skellum, you gooi like a little improv, a little on the side, that sort of thing. So used in a sentence. Graham asked me to explain some Cape Town terms, but I gooide the skellum and just kept talking about nothing in specific.
Now I understand. To which I would say,
What
does it actually mean?
Aware. It's like awareness. When you're aware, that's when it has meaning. You know, you're aware.
Use it in a sentence again. Just.
When you are aware, you will notice a lot of the beauty that is in Cape Town. My sentences are appalling. But I actually talk about it in the show. It's like this whole idea that, you know, that there's much to consider about language in Cape Town, but what is intense is how the seemingly nonsensical seems to make sense.
So much sense.
Like saying, "Ik say," and then saying nothing more. Like, if you have nothing to say, what are you saying I say for?
This one, I've never seen it before. Two-bop.
Two-bop is 20 cents, no? It's 2 10 cents or 1 20 cents. Do we still get 1 20 cents? We used to in the old days, because that was a two-bop. Yeah. So used in a sentence, after they donate him against the kop, they developed a little spot where no hair grows, so that's his two-bop. It's really how
evil. Okay, we've got time to squeeze one more in. Bakkie.
Imagine your mother dished your food in a bakkie and the bakkie drove away. No, but a bakkie is usually Tupperware, and Tupperware is like treasure for especially Muslim aunties and the brain aunties in the Kaap. If you get a little barakat in a Tupperware, what you want to do is make sure that you take the Tupperware back.
I was going to say, best you return that Tupperware.
Return the Tupperware.
Ja, yes, duidelik. Duidelik, that's my term for it. Duidelik. Oh, man, you can see the man in all his glory. Well, at least with his coat off, in his awesome new show titled Nice Coat, running at the Baxter up until the 29th of July.
Myself and Sumizi's mother.
Are they the same person? We will find out. You can find out up until the 29th of July. What an absolute pleasure. You're a legend.
So good to be here, man.
Sweet.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. Absolutely love it. Well, everybody thinks of flapjacks and pancakes as a delicious sweet treat, but that's not the case in today's flapjack recipe. Now we've got the gorgeous Amy in the house, and she's putting a savory spin on a very, very interesting recipe. Amy, so good to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you. Lovely to be back. Happy Monday. Feeling good this week.
You know,
to start the week strong.
Yeah, when you're on the show, I know we're going to be healthy, but it's going to be delicious as well. What are we making?
So instead of just having your sort of egg flour, milk kind of regular flapjack recipe, we're adding some great oats, healthy oats that keep you fuller for longer, with lots of fiber, lots of protein, vitamins, low GI, helps give you energy throughout the day. So we really, really good nutrient-dense breakfast. Okay. And then we're also adding some pumpkin. You can also use butternut if you like. So we're sneaking in some veggies there. Nice. Typical for me, I know.
Sneaky.
But it's really a super, super simple recipe, and you can make the mixture the night before. So obviously when you get up in the morning, you can just wake up and kind of, just fry those little flapjacks up, and we're going to serve it with some lovely salmon and avo deliciousness.
Looks amazing.
And it's really easy. So basically we're just going to put about a cup of oats into this food processor.
All right, there we go.
So that's half, and there we go, another
half.
And
so that's a cup that we've got in there.
Exactly, and then we've got some nutmeg, some cinnamon, a little bit of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and obviously the nutmeg and cinnamon, they're just beautiful with oats anyway, and they go so well with the pumpkin too. So let's just add our little bit of pumpkin in there. It's perfect for example, if you've had some leftover veg from the weekend, you can even add sweet potato instead. Just kind of, gives the flapjack some bulk.
Okay.
Here we've got a little bit of almond milk. You can also just use milk or water. And then we're adding some eggs. So let's just crack those guys in.
Gorgeous. This is also looking very easy right now. That's what I love. It's just throw it all into a mixer and go.
Exactly. And you can make it go for us.
All right, wonderful. Finally, I get something to do. I feel so useful. There we go. Until everything is nicely mixed up,
want all the mixture to gather together. That should be about fine.
Is that cool?
Perfect. Let's have a little look. Brilliant. Okay, perfect. So now we're just going to...
I don't know how you take it out. All right, if you would like this recipe this morning, all you have to do is SMS the keyword jungle.
There we go. Can you just pour some
to 33728, and of course we'll send you the link to the recipe and your ingredients, and all you have to do is make this yourself. As Amy said, so it's quick, it's easy, and it's so nutritious and delicious and healthy.
Yes, so you want your pan to be fairly hot. We're just going to scoop little bits of tablespoon-sized scoops into the pan, and then you'll just let them cook away for a couple of minutes on each
those
side.
babies up.
There we go.
I love the inclusion of the nutmeg and the cinnamon. It's so warm
it's kind
and
of like a pumpkin pie, sort of, exactly. And I mean, cinnamon's super good for you as well. And like oats, it helps lower your blood pressure, lowers your bad cholesterol levels. So you just kind of let these guys cook for a couple minutes, and then you'll have, like we have over here, some beautiful, beautiful flapjacks, which we've put some avo on. I still love avo in season. It's divine. The salmon gives a lovely omega-3s, which we also have these pumpkin seeds for. I mean, they're just the greatest addition. Just put them on everything. And we've got a little bit of goat's milk cheese here too, which you can leave out if you don't enjoy goat's cheese. I think it's quite a nice little treat to add to the savoury flapjacks. And a little squeeze of lemon.
Well, if you'd like this recipe for our savoury pumpkin oat flapjacks, well, take a look at this.
Place jungle oats, ground cinnamon, baking powder, baking soda and ground nutmeg into a food processor and blend. Blend butternut and milk together, mix oat mixture, butternut mixture and eggs, then cook flapjacks until golden. Top flapjacks with goat's cheese, avocado, smoked salmon, pumpkin seeds and a squeeze of lemon juice. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
Absolutely amazing. That keyword once again is jungle to 33728. Amy, thank you. You have been amazing. I can't wait to tuck into these.
Sure.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, it gets even better because Jungle Oats is giving you the chance to win your share of 1 million rand. Now, simply buying any 2 Jungle Oats products, one of which must be either the instant, Oat So Easy or Oat brand, and then dial *121 *4247# plus the last 4 digits of the barcode and the number to enter. Now, the competition closes on the 31st of August 2017. T's and C's can be found on jungleoats.co.za, and remember that that's all the place that you need to go to find out all of the details. That's www.jungleoats.co.za. Thanks, Ames. So good.
Jungle, the natural energy champion.
Oh, well, listen, it's your feel-good breakfast show. From the kitchen to actually keeping your home clean, we're turning the direction. In fact, when it comes to window cleaning and curtain cleaning, almost always it feels like an extreme sport, at least to me that is. Now, trying to keep your balance on the ladder while getting to the cracks and the corners, that's something only trained athletes should do. But we are joined this morning by Tersia Bester, CEO of Snappy Home, to tell us how spring cleaning can be made easier. Tersia, good morning.
Good morning, Zoe. Nice to be back.
It's great to have you back. You know, we've been talking about Snappy Home helping us making moving easier, but when it comes to cleaning, this is not just for when you're moving home. You guys actually have specialized cleaning services available on your app.
Absolutely, Zoe. There's so many cleaning services that we offer. I think there's about 15.
Sure.
And if I can mention some of them, there's a proper spring clean.
Okay.
When you now had your home for a year, and especially after the winter, you know, we normally want to clean a bit, and we come in and we clean everything in your home. It takes about the whole day to do that. Then you have window cleaning, you have curtain cleaning, you have mattress cleaning. You know, you need to clean your mattress because of all the dead skin and things that goes into the mattress. There's carpet cleaning, there's upholstery cleaning, then there's upholstery scotch guarding that you need to do. And the thing is, it's so specialized that not all cleaning companies does all these services. So whatever you book on the app, we will then get the supplier that can supply all those services. You don't have different suppliers in your home.
That's
It's
incredible.
our most popular service.
That is incredible. So you just go on an app and you choose everything you would like to do, and you guys get all the people together to
100%.
do that for you.
100%.
Now, do you do the same after you host a big dinner party or you throw a big party? Is that the type of cleaning you do as well?
We offer that as well. So you can get in your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning after all your guests left, and then you can go on the app, you can book, and we will be there at 10 o'clock to clean up your home. You can choose how many people you want in your home and for how long, and you can pay on the app, and we will be there at 10 o'clock to clean your place.
Sounds incredible. But let's quickly talk about paying, because all of this in my mind sounds very expensive. But how do you guys calculate the cost when it comes to
it's fascinating, Zoe. So the nice thing is, and I want to really invite the viewers to book a cleaning service. We have no call-out fee. So if it's, for example, a spring clean or a curtain or a window clean, we need to come to your home to look at what do we need, how high are the windows, what type of carpets, etc. The rest can all be quoted on the app.
Okay.
So you go in, we determine it per carpet or per fitted carpet, loose carpet, etc. You can get the rate, you can pay, and zuba, we will be in your home the next morning or within 2 hours. That's how quickly we can get to your home. So after that party, book, stay in your room, and we will clean your home downstairs.
Oh, Snappy Home's the app to have. Listen, I need to know, because what I love about that is there are no hidden expenses. I think that's one of my biggest fears is you call carpet cleaning services and you're not sure if you gave them the right dimensions, and then boom, the bill is bigger than what you thought. But you said everything is available on the app in terms of cost breakdown. Now, I think the one question a lot of people are wondering is how can they get the Snappy Home app on their phones?
Yeah, it's so easy, and I just want to quickly mention that clients would pay Snappy Home. We keep the money in a trust account until the customer is happy, and then the money is only released.
Okay.
So that gives some comfort to the customer. You go to your Play Store or your App Store, you type in Snappy Home, our very popular little hand will come up. You click there, and voila, we're in the palm of your hand, and you can book your first service.
Oh, that's incredible. Tersia, thank you so much. Always so great having you on Expresso Show. And there you have it. You can really have everything you want in terms of your home at a click of a button, whether it's extreme cleaning, it doesn't have to be difficult. So make sure you visit your app store or you download the nifty app.
Snappy Home. We make life a little easier.
We're going to take a very quick break, then more from this youngster behind me, Nipho Mkhize, and he has brought his crew. Guys, looking good. You want to stick around for that then? We broached a difficult subject this morning for our relationship chat with Dr. Eve. Is marriage compulsory? That's left you shaking in your boots. Stick around. We'll open the lines after the break.
1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Test, test. Yeah, don't know.
1 2.
Yeah.
I feel how when I'm around you, around you. She's got me stoned and now I'm flying, flying. I know what's real and girl, we found it. I don't care what they say, just say that you'll stay. You're the one thing in my life, the only thing that feels right. I've been so lost,
Yo.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on a very feel-good Monday morning, and it's about to get even better. We have been loving getting to know Nipho Mkhize, a very talented young man, but an absolute gentleman as well. He is back now with a beautiful performance of Runaway.
Good.
Got me stoned and now I'm flying. I know what's real and girl, we found it. I don't care what they say, just say that you'll stay. You're the one thing in my life, the only thing that feels right. I've been so lost, and girl, I need you close to me. And if all we got is this night, I'll make you feel alright. And we could light up the night. Run away with me tonight, and we could go where you like. Oh, 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 I'll take you anywhere. Oh, 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 just don't let me go. I saw myself fall out, and in my darkest hour I saw us. You shining bright tonight, and I know I'll be alright. And we could light up the night, and you could run away with me tonight, and we could go where you like. Oh, 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 I'll take you anywhere. Don't let me go.
Yeah. Yeah, be around. Yo. I'm having devil nights and angel days, contemplating should I stay, should I run away? It's a long road and the path page. Just walk past a black girl wearing black braids. She's going through the same situation, opposites attract just in the other direction. She's so ghetto and so rebel, I don't mind. I'm searching for that blue sky that I can't find. Hope we both turn around at the same time. But if she don't, it's fine because the love's blind. I'ma walk this road till I get mine. Left me behind and I died on the inside. On the outside, I stayed a man with pride until I revived and feeling alive. Why do I only see you in the summertime? I think because you're the sunshine. Yeah.
With me tonight, and we can go where you like.
Oh, 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 I'll take you anywhere. Oh, oh, oh,
just don't let me go.
Oh, my word. Just very quickly, please introduce your crew, dude.
This is on the vocals. This is the lovely Ati, and she has just released a single. And so it's great to have her. And this is Leroy, and we've got songs, Mr. Edward King, we've got Jericho, Ethan, Brett, and they are, I mean, you can't ask for a better band.
Oh,
and,
man, loving how
yeah.
much you love performing, guys. That was goosebump stuff, man. Thank you so much. You can let us know on our social media platforms what you thought of that performance. And again, a big thank you to Golden Circle for providing our technical equipment. Guys, take a bow. That was unbelievable.
In die nasionale nes die koue front wat die Suid-Afrikaanse weerdiens voorspel het inderdaad die afgelope naweek reën en sneeu opgelewer. Sneeu het gister op die bergagtige dele van die Wes- en Oos-Kaap geval tot so laag soos 1200 en 1400 meter bo seevlak. Selfs Tafelberg was op 1085 meter met 'n sneeukombers bedek. Nog sneeu is gisteraand verwag. Daar is ook verwag dat bergpasse in die Wes- en Oos-Kaap gesluit sou moes word. Die publiek word gewaarsku om derentyd versigtig te wees. Altesaam 78 mense is die afgelope naweek in Tshwane vir misdaad aangekeer. Hulle sal vandag in howe in Hatfield en Pretoria verskyn. Misdade sluit diefstal en dwelmoortredings in. 7 mense word aangehou oor eiendom wat gesteel is, 9 vir diefstal, 2 vir besit van toerusting, vir inbraak by motors, 6 vir bedrog en 2 vir huisbraak en diefstal. Daar is die afgelope naweek in Brooklyn, Garsfontein, Littleton, Sunnyside, Silverton, Pretoria Moot en Valeria teen misdaad opgetree. Op die internasionale front, 8 mense is dood en minstens 49 beseer toe 'n muur by 'n sokkerstadion in Senegal omgeval het. Die ramp het by die Demba Diop stadion in die hoofstad van Dakar voorgekom. Dit het gebeur net na die eindwedstryd tussen Stade Mbor en Union Sportief Ouakam met Wattenborg met 2-1 gewen het. Gevegte het onder ondersteuners uitgebreek en die polisie het traanrook gegooi wat paniek en 'n stormloop veroorsaak het. Die muur het toe ineengestort. Senegal het alle sport- en kultuurgebeure tot na die verkiesing aan die einde van die maand opgeskort. En dan ten slotte duisende Pole het gister buite die parlement in die hoofstad van Warschau vergader om protes aan te teken teen omstrede hervorming aan die regbank. Protesteerders sê 'n wet wat Saterdag deur die Senaat goedgekeur is, sal regters se onafhanklikheid raak en demokrasie ondermyn. Dit gee LPs en die minister van Justisie die mag om regters aan te stel sonder die regskundiges te raadpleeg. President Andrzej Duda, wat die wet moet goedkeur, het nog geen aanduiding gegee dat hy dit gaan veto nie. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Let's get another look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
We start with cricket, currently underway, the third day of the second test between South Africa and England, wrapping up last night with the Proteas firmly in control. At the close of play, England had 1 run on the board as they chase 473 for victory. Earlier in the day, of course, South Africa had declared their second innings on 343 for 9. Day 4 from that second test getting underway today at midday South African time. Then the final round of the Super Rugby group stages took place this weekend, and it saw victories for the Stormers, Lions and Cheetahs. So the Lions, they'll be keeping it at home for their quarter-final. They finished the group stage with 14 wins from their 15 games as they beat the Sharks, who they'll meet again next week by 27 points to 10. Joburg's side outscoring their opponents by 3 tries to 1. Elsewhere, the Stormers, they earned a home quarter-final against the Chiefs next weekend, pulling off a 41-33 win over the Bulls. While a dead rubber, the Cheetahs, they edged out the Kings by 21 points to 20, but both teams now out of Super Rugby for the year. Then on to momentous occasions in Wimbledon. Roger Federer won a record-breaking 8th Wimbledon title yesterday as he saw out a straight sets final victory over Marin Cilic. Federer wrapping up the match 6-3, 6-1, 6-4 in centre court, or on centre court rather, in 1 hour and 44 minutes to take his Grand Slam tally to 19 now. That's 4 ahead of his old foe Rafa Nadal. In the ladies' final on Saturday, 23-year-old Garbine Muguruza, she beat Venus Williams in straight sets to lift her first ever Wimbledon trophy. Staying in the UK, Lewis Hamilton did it in style, earning his 57th career victory yesterday as he crossed the line first at the British Grand Prix. So the win takes Hamilton up to 176 points now. That's second place on the drivers' standings, just 1 point behind Ferrari Sebastian Vettel, who finished yesterday's race in 7th place, and was a 1-2 finish for Mercedes on the day as Valtteri Bottas. He ended the British race in second, with Ferrari's Kimi Raikkonen rounding off the podium. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Monday morning.
Well, it's that time of the morning for us to take a final look at what to expect in your roads. Well, in Gauteng and Boksburg, there are some heavy delays. That's due to an accident on the N12 westbound. That's before the Rondebold Road exit, so you can expect heavy traffic from Snake Road. If you're in Cape Town, traffic is backed up on the R300 northbound, heading towards Van Riebeek Road exit. That's where we leave your traffic for now, but let's take one final look at your weather. Seems like most parts of the country can expect a cool and dry start to the morning. Polokwane starting off a low of 3, reaching a high of 18. Mbombela 6:21, Pretoria 4:19, Johannesburg 1:17, Mahikeng 3 en styg na 20. Partly cloudy conditions in Klerksdorp 0, reaching a high of 17, Kimberley -2, 14, Bloemfontein -6, reaching a high of 15, Richards Bay 12:20, Pietermaritzburg 3:18, Durban 12, reaching a high of 19, Mthatha -1, 17, East London 7:18, Cradock -1, 15, Port Elizabeth 7, reaching a high of 17. If you're in George today, sunshine can be expected, a low of 6, a high of 15. Sutherland -4, 18. Cape Town 8 with a high of 13. Worcester -1, reaching a high of 13. Sutherland 2, 15. And Uppington starting off a -2, reaching a high of 16 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where we leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media this morning. We need to find out the answer to our Guess Who game, where we blurred out the face of a famous person. The clue that we gave you this morning was she was a dancer before she went overseas and became an actress. She was also a model as well. And it seems like every single person on social media got it right. And this is why I love our Expresso family, because, yeah, it seems like everybody got the answer correct. I'm going to read Urshad's answer. It's the one and only Miss Charlie's The Run. Well done, guys.
Oh, well, listen, we're going to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Monday, which means we talk relationships. Dr. Eve in the house, and I think we're going to have a big debate today, because the question is marriage still relevant today? If you've got a comment or a question, give us a call. Our lines are open, 021-430-9881.
And I'm going to go straight to the kitchen for that discussion, and I'm going to whip up some mushroom, cauliflower, and parmesan soup. Sounds delicious. We're going to beat back that winter chill. You can join us after the break.
Get a free Dream Maker pillow when you buy selected bags of Hills dog food.
Socialite Zodwa Libram has always been controversial with her no apologies and in-your-face style. This year, she caused quite a stir at the Durban July with her racy outfits.
Zodwa, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. But I want to know, is the persona we see on social media the same Zodwa that is at home?
It depends. There's bad and good. So I take it as it comes. I'm a human being. I'm real. I have problems like everyone else. It's good and bad. I take it as it comes. So this.
Now, Zodwa, lastly, I want to know, would you ever wear such a revealing dress again?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to talk relationships because it's Relationship Monday. Now, the latest findings from Statistics South Africa reveals that the country's marriage rate is decreasing while the divorce rate is increasing and mostly initiated by women. Now, do we take this to mean that we are no longer finding marriage relevant in the modern age? Does marriage need to be the pinnacle of committing yourself to a life partner? And if not, how are couples pledging their commitment to one another? Now, our relationship expert is in the house this morning. Dr. Eve is here, and of course, she's going to be discussing these topical issues. So if you have any questions, please do feel free to call us. That number is 021-430-9881. Dr. Eve, welcome.
I'm looking at the three of us, and we're dressed
all
in black.
Are we
and this
missing
was not
something?
planned. This was not planned
We're
beforehand.
We're all in sync.
Yeah, but I'm kind of wondering about the topic. Are we reflecting the death of marriage in our black mourning garb?
Yeah, well, Dr. Eve, you know what? This is going to be a very interesting topic. I'm
Yeah.
still, in my personal life, all for marriage, and that's from my Christian background. I believe in marriage and still hope to get married one day. But does this mean, according to the statistics, things are saying a different thing? Does this mean if you're looking for a partner, you should think of marriage as the end goal?
People are not doing that any longer, Zoe. This is what's so fascinating about new research that's coming out. There are two different schools of thought around it. The one is the continuation of the traditional belief in marriage, and people are still getting married. I mean, it is still a very firm institution in people's lives. People see that still as the ultimate commitment. But then there is another whole school of thought, which is not school of thought, behavior patterns that are emerging in young people of your age, between the ages of about 22 and 34 years old, who are not getting married and are also, or if they do, they're kind of delaying marriage. But they're doing a different form of commitment. Yeah. And we have the most wonderful example of that. Where's Graham?
He's in the kitchen. He's in the kitchen.
Well, why he exemplifies the new modern trend, which is that 55% of people, this was a survey that was done in the United States, I have no idea what it's like in South Africa, 55% of people are having babies before they get married, if they ever do get married. Yeah. So the form of commitment today is more around having a baby.
Well, we're putting the new way of doing it on screen right now. Graham's in the kitchen. He doesn't want us to show him, but there he is.
So that is a new form of commitment. Yeah. Another form of commitment, which was spoken about before, is buying a house together. Yes. So people are avoiding getting married. It doesn't seem to be as popular and favourable as it used to be, certainly back in my time. Yeah. This is a new trend that is emerging, and there are reasons for it and there are reasons against it.
I also saw here there's something called the marriage succession. Yes. What exactly is that? Because apparently there is a way of doing it, that we've been doing it, that kind of would guarantee that we would succeed economically and socially within a marriage.
Right, so this is also research that came out of a study that's been done, a youth surveillance study that was done in the USA, that looks at, from an economic point of view and from a health point of view, how do people do well economically and from a health point of view. And what they found is if people do not follow this success sequence, they do less well. What is the success sequence? It means that you have to finish school, finish a matric, or get a tertiary education, get a job, then get married, and then have a child. And they found that people who follow this sequence, which has been for eternity the sequence of success, are less poor. So even if you come from a poverty-stricken environment, from a lower socioeconomic environment, and for people who come from a higher socioeconomic environment, if you follow that success sequence, you are much more guaranteed. Something like 84% of people are going to improve their socioeconomic status than if they don't. So what they're saying is, and here's the contradiction, Zoe, that if you have a baby first and then you get married, or you have a baby, you are less likely to succeed in life, and that baby is going to have a higher risk of not being economically sound.
Sure.
So we've got these two different opinions, and I'm kind of between the two, because I really think there are so many other variables that really determine success of people.
Well, there are so many schools of thoughts on this. We definitely will continue this conversation. Graham is in the kitchen, but we are talking relationships. Remember to give us a call, 021-430-89 or 9881.
021-430-9881. There we go.
Well, it's getting hot in the lounge. It's getting hot in the kitchen. Jason Whitehead, an absolute champion, award-winning cookbook author. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
On the
Good
award.
morning.
The string
Thanks
of
for
awards.
having me.
And, of course, our culinary consultant who is here to save the day with our frugal feast. And this morning we are dealing with soups. And soups, if you buy store-bought, for what you get can often be quite expensive. But you are coming up with 3 genius recipes this morning. What is first?
So yeah, store-bought is not only expensive, but it's also filled with nasties
Processed,
and things.
yeah.
Read your ingredients list, guys. So we're going to do 3 very nutritious and warming soups for these chilly days.
Thank
you.
you.
The first one we're starting with is a mushroom, cauliflower, and parmesan.
Oh, lovely.
Ultra creamy and very, very delicious.
Well, I like the heartiness. You know, they call it that umami, that savoury flavour palette is definitely for me, and I like this. For something that's vegetarian, it's got a lovely, obviously you've got the parmesan going in, but I love this flavour combination.
And chicken stock, but I mean, you can always substitute that for
Yeah.
veggie stock. So anyhow, we've got the 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic, some mushroom sautéing, with a bit of rosemary. So you want the mushrooms to cook through before you add anything else. Then we're going to add our cauliflower, bay leaf.
Cool. And the nice thing is these are often kind of ingredients that you might have just sitting around in your fridge. You might have a little leftover collie, you know, 1 sprig of rosemary left there. Is this been dried out? Do you use fresh rosemary? How do you kind of approach using rosemary in a dish? Because it's quite a strong flavour.
Totally, yeah. Fresh, I definitely use fresh over dried. I normally use dried rosemary if you want to use in baked goods, because it's a much more intense flavour.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely try and do fresh wherever you can. So in goes the stock. We're going to reduce that a little bit by maybe 1/3, and then we're going to add our cream.
Nice.
How delicious.
Oh, this is where it becomes hardy. The keyword here is soup to 33728, and we'll send you a link to this ingredients list yourself.
And then bring it to the boil, and once your cauliflower is cooked through, we're going to add, we've got 80 grams of Parmesan cheese here, so you want to use about half of this in the actual soup.
Okay, and you're not putting it in too early.
A little bit, but we don't have a blender, so we've got some made
I know
here
what you
already.
mean. I know what you're saying, yeah.
So once that's cooked through and reduced a little bit, pop it into a blender, and this is your outcome.
Voila. That looks
How's that
and it
smell?
smells absolutely amazing. And I mean, I love a bit of cauliflower cheese, and this seems to kind of capture that essence of that beautiful, crispy, cheesy texture. You want that lovely taste. That looks absolutely amazing.
How stunning is this bowl? Thank you, guys. You're amazing.
Oh, it looks...
Okay, then the remainder of your cheese you just sprinkle on top and garnish with some fresh chives.
Oh, for a little bit of...
And voila.
A snap. That looks absolutely amazing. It took
Would you
us
like to have a
next to
little taste?
nothing to create. I'm going to have a taste here. Again, that keyword is soup to 33728. Oh, that is magic. Magic.
Thank you.
Oh, we've got another 2 soups coming your way. Beautiful.
Well, it's time for us to catch up with our relationship expert. Dr. Eve is still in the house. We're talking marriage. Is it still relevant in this day and age? Now, Dr. Eve, we talked about, you know, success, how a couple stays successful, the different kind of, you know, levels that you've got to go through in life to maintain that.
Yeah.
And quite some interesting things that you said, if you swap them around and if you don't do it according to, you know,
that sequence.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'd love to hear from our listeners, from our viewers. So used to saying listeners. From our viewers.
Oh, they're listening.
They're listening, thank you. From our viewers, do you think, you know, marriage is still relevant? Is it something that you feel is necessary and committed to? The thing is, people are still getting married.
Yeah.
They're getting married. They may not be staying married as long as they used to. They're also getting married way older.
Yeah.
So for women, the average age of marriage is about 30, and for men, it's about 34 years old. Yeah. And what they're doing is that they're valuing career first, and then they're saying, okay, we may have a baby, and then we're going to get married, and then the marriages don't always last as long as they used to. Today, divorce is something which we know is about 50% of people end up in divorce because they can. And also there is this notion of, if I'm unhappy, I have a right to get out. You know, we've moved into that kind of thinking of, if it doesn't work for me, this has got a sell-by date, and let me get out. But it's not that easy, as we know.
Well, Dr. Eve, I want to know, you know, those who are standing about to get married, I don't want to scare them. So what can they do? Is there some form of preparation that they can prepare themselves for when it comes to marriage?
Yeah, one needs to look at expectations, because expectations have shifted enormously. We have an overabundance of expectation of what we expect from a marriage partner. We expect this person, and this was really based on my research that I did for my book on cyber infidelity, when I asked people, what do you expect from a marriage partner? and say, well, I expect this person to be my best friend, which I found, really fascinating. I want you to be my best friend. I want you to be my emotional support, my financial support, and my lover. And so lover kind of didn't come up as number one, where back in the day it was always like, well, I'm going to get married because I want to be able to have legal sex with somebody.
Yeah.
But it isn't like that anymore. People are expecting a tremendous amount from this one person. And so there isn't a whole lot of leeway really to have breathing space. Marriage is a very heavy duty place to be in. Then there's also something which is called the advantage of marriage. And this is research that I read just last week, which was really fascinating for me. Marriage advantage was that if you were married, you had the advantage of having somebody in your bed. So you had a much higher chance of being frequently sexual, more intimate, more regularly with somebody because you were married. And what this research found was that for the first time ever, this is no longer an advantage, meaning that married people are not being more sexual than single people. Because you've just got somebody who is your mate and they're with you, you're not being sexual more frequently. In fact, the sexual activity between married people has dropped. And I wonder if that's our viewers' experience, if they'll be brave enough to share that with us. The advantage of being married is because I have a sexual partner, but is that really happening for you?
Well, let us know. Our lines are open. That number is 0214309881. Dr. Eve still with us in the house.
Yes, we are going to continue that hugely interesting chat, and please weigh in on the conversation yourself. Don't laugh, Jason, don't laugh. No, it's no laughing.
I can't help myself.
Absolutely awesome discussion this morning. Then we're going to broach another soup this morning as part of our frugal feast, and so popular, in fact, that the Russians, the Polish, and Ukrainians are all trying to claim it as their own. We're going to whip up a borscht this morning. It sounds and looks absolutely delicious. Stick around.
I take big leaps. I make plans and backup plans. I just need my money to take me further.
Let your money take you further. Save or invest and get a great rate. Pay no monthly fees or commissions and get fully guaranteed capital. See money differently. Nedbank.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. We are still with Dr. Eve this morning. We're talking about how relevant is marriage in this day and age. And of course, hearing so many different reasons as to why people choose to not get married, why they choose to get married. But I also want to talk about this whole thing of, possibly the whole fantasy around marriage. It's something that us girls have grown up with our whole lives. It's that whole princess idea that someday a knight is going to ride up to us and our lives will change. I remember many years ago, Oprah was chatting to a doctor who wrote a book called Lies at the Altar. and sometimes how we promise all of these things that we end up not being able to do when financial problems kick in or health problems kick in, and then you look for the back door when you actually did promise to spend the rest of your life with this person.
And when ill health comes in as well, and when money disappears as well.
When the issues get real.
When the issues get real, people really get scattered and they become afraid of marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage is a huge challenge. And this is, my therapy room is filled with couples who are either married or cohabitating. And it's a huge challenge, and it really is for the brave to take it on. I'm in great admiration, which I think there's another angle to this, is perhaps because of those huge fantasies and huge expectations of what we expect in marriage, a lot of people, more people are settling for cohabitation. That's become almost your primary form of living together and being committed, because it feels as if not as significant or legal or religious, so I can duck out the door. The truth of it is that when it does end, or when it becomes difficult, it's just like any other relationship. But there is a added burden, I'm going to call it that, which marriage brings to people of expectation.
Okay. We've actually got a call on the line who wants to remain anonymous, 40 years old, currently cohabiting with her partner, and wants to know, is there any value to getting married? Good morning, Anonymous. How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Very good, thank you. What is your comment for Dr. Eve?
Question. Like I said, both are part, me and my partner, we're 40 years old, but just would like to know, should we just remain living together, or is it must we rather get married? I'm not sure yet, because I'm thinking we pass the sell-by date, so yeah, my question.
Just sell-by date? You just threw that in. First you phone in to say, should we be getting married? And then you say, we've passed our sell-by date. What do you mean by past your sell-by date? What makes you feel
we're
that?
40. I mean, like most of the people get married at the age of 30.
Yes. So
yeah. So 40 is too old, or?
Well, I don't think so. You know, there are people who are 80 who are getting married because it feels so romantic. One of the reasons we get married is to be able to feel the commitment, and not only financially but emotionally as well. But I mean, are you feeling your sell-by date is over because the relationship is no longer interesting for you, as I spoke about earlier? You know, maybe you're not happy, or do you?
No. It's still interesting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very much interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so there's no sell-by date over here. The advantages to you getting married is something very personal that you and your partner have to work out, and it could be just about money and about legality. But I'm wondering if it would add an extra layer of commitment to you. Would you feel more committed and serious about the relationship if you were married?
Yeah. Makes sense, yes.
Oh, okay. So you want to take it to that level?
Yes.
Well, girlfriend, go have fun, you know. Go and do it.
Thanks,
go and do
ladies.
it. Do the proposal. Make yourself feel safer.
Thanks.
And 40 is not old, I'm just saying.
No.
Life starts at 40, girl.
I'm turning 40
you live
next
your
Monday,
best
so.
life. Yes. Awesome. We're going to wish you, Anonymous.
Thank you for calling. Thank you so much. Well, listen, we'll have more with Dr. Eve. Keep those calls coming. Our number's 021 430 9881.
So it is frugal feasting on a Monday, using those ingredients that we might have left lying around to create inexpensive but truly delicious and hearty soups today, courtesy of Jason Whitehead, our award-winning cookbook author and culinary consultant, who is proving himself to be a genius when it comes to soups this morning. Now we are making a borscht.
A borscht? Where does that come from, Graham?
Well, there is a debate raging on at the moment, and I think a couple of cultures wanting to claim it as their own, but it obviously has traditional kind of connections to Russia, to the Ukraine. Polish people now also claiming that it's theirs. There must be something really awesome about this soup that it's making it so coveted.
Well, I won't lie. The first time I tried it, it was when I was living in the UK, and it was made for me by my Polish bartender, and it wasn't so great. So this has been adapted.
There is no judgment.
And a lot nicer. And beetroot is so good for you, you actually got to include it in your diet.
Completely.
So here we've got onion, garlic, carrots, sautéing in some olive oil and butter.
Okay.
Then we're going to add our around about 8 beetroots that's been peeled and quartered.
Okay.
Preferably organic.
All right.
And some of our sweet potato.
This is a proper hearty
soup.
If
you just blend beetroot, the texture's not so great, so that's why we're using sweet potato, which is not necessarily authentic.
Traditionally,
or traditional.
But it just gives it a bit of
But it just gives it a much nicer texture.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some Chardonnay.
Okay.
Or if you want to be really Polish about it, you can add vodka.
Okay.
And we're going to bring that to the boil.
To add a bit of acidity and a bit of zing, but we are cooking off the alcohol. I promise you, I can smell it coming off right now.
Yeah, I can smell it and feel it. Some thyme, some bay leaves. And then I use beef stock because it's a lot more heartier, but if you are vegetarian, you can use vegetable stock. It'll taste just as good, I guarantee.
I mean, these are quite strong flavors to be combining. So this is, I mean, when you say hearty, this is also going to pack a flavor punch as well.
Totally. And then you top it off with some creme fraiche, which just brightens it up a little bit. So we're going to bring that to the boil and cook that for about 20 minutes to half an hour until the beetroot and the potatoes are nice and soft. And pop it into a blender, and then you'll end up with something that looks like that.
I mean, a work of art, that color.
Hey, how's that color?
Just pops. That is amazing.
And then use a plate that's different color, like black. It'll accentuate it a lot more.
And this is nice. If you really want to soup up your soup, you know, so many people looking for interesting entrees or a way of really kind of showing creativity to your guests. Something like a soup really can inspire. I love that the keyword here is dinner to 33728. Dinner to 33728. And then we're going to round this off.
And then if you want to be fancy pants and impress your guests, we're going to do a little twirl of sour cream. Just get a squeezy bottle. You go around like so. And then just take a knife and do in opposite directions. So go one that way.
Oh my word.
One that way. One that way.
Oh, you're giving away some of your trade secrets here, man.
It's so easy.
Man, that looks spectacular.
And you end up with a little pattern like that.
How did he do it? Oh, the keyword here again is dinner to 33728, and we will send you the ingredients list, slightly adapted ingredients list for your own traditional borscht. Give me a taste. Oh, I don't want to ruin this. Actually, we're going to Instagram this before I take a sip. That's beautiful, man. Oh.
Thanks, Graham.
Well, we are still with Dr. Eve in the house. Of course, our number is open as 021-430-9881. And we are talking about, is marriage still relevant today? And our conversation was sparked by Statistics SA releasing the fact that more and more South Africans are getting divorced compared to getting married. And why is it that more women are initiating the divorce proceedings than men?
Isn't that fascinating? Like 39% of women or something are initiating the divorce. It's because they can. Because women finally have rights, and it's thinking we've had rights since '94, every single woman in this country, but it's kind of taken time, 20 odd years for it to sink in, and so more and more women are finding their voice and saying, well, equally I have the right to be saying I'm unhappy, I don't want to be here. You know, one of the big drivers of divorce is infidelity, which is what my specialization or my practice is. I'm really interested in working with infidelity, what's called complex relationships. And that drives women to seeking divorce, either because they themselves have committed infidelity or their partners have, whether it's online or whether it's in real life. And that would be the reason we're like, okay, you know, I'm done, I'm out of here. Although I have to say a lot of people very bravely stick through the infidelity and try and make the marriage work. But because of the turnover, because there are sell-by dates and because there is this mindset today of there's something better. Also because of the independence of women and women wanting careers and women realizing that I can raise a child on my own, or I can have a child without having to be married. And if I am married, I don't have to stick around because of the finances. More and more women are financially independent, which is great. So they feel I don't have to be in this marriage, and I'm not going to stick to somebody who's abusive or emotionally or financially withholding to me, and I'm able to get out of this. And they do that. So this is, you know, this is always a good thing. I love to hear that women find they can be free enough to leave situations where in the past they didn't have that freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have another call on the line.
Yes.
Kate is on the line. Kate, good morning. What is your question for Dr. Eve?
Good morning. I don't really have a question. It was more of a comment. If that's okay.
It's fine.
To do with marriage and Dr. Eve saying about why are people getting divorced? And I feel that when people get married, it should be a self-sacrificing love. You know, the love that you have for a child. You don't walk out on your child because you're unhappy or your child's not making you happy. You give your all, and you've made a commitment that you're going to be that person's spouse for the rest of your life. And that is love. That's true love. And even when you're unhappy, you stick it through and you do everything you can to make it work because you've said, I am going to marry you. I'm going to live with you forever. I'm going to be your wife or your husband and make it work.
Well, Kate, I just hear the warble in your voice, and I don't know if it's emotional or just nervous talking on television, or if it's reflective of your own situation where you are very clear on that self-sacrifice story. Is it? Are you feeling like you're self-sacrificing right now?
No, I am very in love. I'm newly married, and but it's a belief I have. I'm a Christian, and you know, I believe that when you get married, it's not about me. It's about God uniting two people together for eternity. Okay. And you've got to. You can't go into marriage with a self-centered view because it won't work.
You know, I respect your view very much. A lot of people follow that they take this sense of religion and bring it into marriage. And in fact, it's one of the protective factors of a marriage. In fact, it's been shown through research that if people follow religions, whichever religion that you have, it's going to protect you from divorce because you think of it, as Kate does, as that I am here for a higher purpose. It's not just a selfish me and you, and when I feel unhappy, you know, cheers, I'm out the door, or I'm going to go for a bit of therapy, as Dr. Eve, and then it'll give me permission to get out. So a lot of people do stick into a marriage because of religion.
Well, I do think it's one of those topics that we can talk about for ages and ages and ages because there's just so much to talk about. But that's why we have Relationship Mondays with Dr. Eve, and we'll have her back next week, same time, same place. Relationship Mondays. This is the place to be.
Thank you, ladies.
Now let's turn our attention to finance, and we've been chatting a lot about the pay-as-you-use account from Nedbank because, as you know, it only has a monthly fee of R5, which really is incredible. You might wonder what you can get for R5, but it's a fully-fledged transactional account with everything you need, including unlimited swipes and free online and mobile banking, meaning you can bank wherever and whenever you want. Now, what's really great is that Nedbank allows you to open up to 10 savings pocket accounts linked to that account. Each savings pocket earns up to 5.5% interest. So now you can take your monthly income and put it aside a portion for emergencies or groceries or renovations or maybe that holiday that you've always wanted, whatever you want as a short-term, medium or long-term goal. And whilst it's out of your main account and safe from impulsive spending, it is comfortably earning interest and growing your savings. And you can access your money whenever you need it. It really does bring home the idea of saving for something special for you, something that means for you. And saving could literally not be made any easier in this way. And we've made it even easier for you. If you want to find out more, all you have to do is SMS NEDPAYU to 30755 and you'll receive all the info you need. Those SMSs are completely free and all of the terms and conditions can be found on nedbank.co.za.
I'm a dreamer, a doer. I know the hustle. I just need my money to hustle for me.
Let your money hustle for you. Get a bank account for R5 per month and bank on the Nedbank app without using any data. See money differently. Nedbank.
Well, after the break, we're catching up with our Expresso AMPD and finding out what learners think ahead of Mandela Day.
That's right. We are celebrating that tomorrow. And then Graham's still in the kitchen with Jason Whitehead, so don't go anywhere. They'll still cook up a storm after the break.
Yum, yum.
Who doesn't love more travels and more savings? Expresso viewers, explore the Middle East or Africa and get up to 30% off hotel accommodation and participating restaurants when you book to stay between the 21st of May and the 9th of September 2017. With more choices, you can enjoy adventure, relaxation, cities or beaches. To book, visit protea.marriott.com or call 0861 11 9000.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We've had a fantastic show thus far. Thanks in part to Mr. Jason Whitehead, our award-winning cookbook author and creative culinary consultant. I'm trying to add a new one every time
Thank you very much.
I intro you. Now, you really have been awesome this morning. Why? Because we are dealing with something that could be, on the face of it, a little mundane, soups, but we have really souped them up for our soup dishes this morning, for our frugal feasts. And it's all about taking those ingredients that we might have lying around, so we don't have to go out and break the bank, and we can still create something delicious and iconic, a vichyssoise. It's a chilled soup, yes?
You pronounce it perfectly.
Thank you. So, my inner Jim Carrey starts to come out. Yeah.
So traditionally, this is a soup is served cold, but we're in winter, so we're going to serve it warm. You can serve it either way, and it works both ways. So it's quite a rich soup because it's basically like a creamy mashed potato that you are eating as a soup.
What is the term for a cold soup?
Vichyssoise, well,
So is this specific to this ingredients list, or is vichyssoise any cold soup?
No, vichyssoise is specific to this.
Specific to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is served cold with potatoes and leeks. So in here we've got some onions, some leeks, and we are sautéing that until it gets nice and soft. And then we're going to add our potatoes.
Oh, and I like the fact that each soup you've done is kind of appeals to a different taste palette. We had a very earthy borscht before this.
Totally. This is definitely my favourite.
And this is quite iconic. I mean, I've heard the term so many times, and it looks so simple to put together. Another bay leaf.
Bay leaf, some white pepper. You could use black if you like. White keeps the colour white.
I was going to ask why the less popular white.
I prefer white pepper, funny enough. And then just a touch of nutmeg. This can be very overpowering, so just be careful. I would put it into your hand first.
Literally just a pinch, okay.
And then pop it in, like so. And then we're gonna put in some chicken stock, organic. Again, you can use vegetable stock if you are a veggie. Well, not a veggie, a vegetarian. It'd be a bit awkward if you were a veggie. We're gonna bring that to the boil and wait for the potatoes to soften. And then again, we're gonna pop it in the blender and blend it till smooth. Just remember to remove your bay leaf before you do that.
Before you throw it in the blender, otherwise it's going to take on a slightly different taste altogether.
Indeed.
The keyword here, believe it or not, is potato to 33728. That's potato to 33728. We'll send you a link. Click on the link, and the ingredients list is yours.
And yeah, we have it, vichyssoise.
Vichyssoise.
Don't you just feel French saying it?
I know, man. It is quite zhuzh, okay? And as simple as it is to make, it's going to make you look really impressive with your guests. And this, when you talk about a soup as a nice entree, a nice cold soup is perfect as a kind of predecessor to the meal.
Then just to make it extra zhuzhy, a little bit of truffle oil.
Oh, yeah,
which goes really well with potatoes and leeks, and some chives.
Oh, yeah, I keep going on about that umami taste palette. That, for me, truffle oil has that.
It's amazing.
It is so strong.
You either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And all of these have been different taste palettes, but maybe this is an acquired taste for some. For me, this is right on point. It looks amazing. Don't use too much truffle oil because it is so good and strong in its flavour. This looks amazing.
You're going to tuck in there? I'm going to tuck into this
Sorry to our social media team. This Instagram can wait. I'm going to have a taste. Again, the keyword is potato to 33728. Jason, you've been an absolute legend today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Graham. Thanks for having me.
So, vichyssoise.
Bon appetit.
Wow, that is good.
Well, tomorrow is the 18th of July, which means a lot of South Africans and people around the globe will be honouring late Tata Madiba's legacy through volunteering or giving back to their communities.
Exactly. Well, for our teenagers, how can they give back to their communities? Carl Wasty asked the learners of Monument High School for this week's edition of Expresso AMPD.
Welcome to Expresso Amped. My name is Carl Wasty, and this is Nelson Mandela. We'll be celebrating this great man tomorrow, but I feel like it's a time for reflection. He did so much for our country and so much for the community. So, in your life, what are the areas where you can do so much more for your community?
I think being a junior city councillor, I was taught that I could work on the service area in my life, because that's one thing where you don't need money. You just need yourself. You need the attitude that you bring. You need the love that you give. And with the work that I do for the community, that's how I could give back.
Right here where I am, I think by influencing the people in this school to make a difference in the community, I can make a difference in other people's lives, and they make a difference in other people's lives. So it's a ripple effect.
Rugby plays a very big part in my life, so I think I can influence the youngsters to also, but not only rugby, but to participate in sport to keep them away from drugs and everything else that society is busy with right now at the moment.
You know, there's a lot of things that we do know about Nelson Mandela, but one thing stands out is the man's jive. So let's get you jiving this morning on Expresso Amped with our first video. This is the Smoochies and All These Stars.
And all of these stars, they shine so bright. And look at tonight, the love is tonight. All of these stars, they shine so bright. And look at tonight, the love is.
Nelson Mandela left us with such an amazing legacy. He taught us how to fight. He started such a great journey for this country, and it's our responsibility to keep it going. So I'd like to ask you, if you could leave a legacy for the next generation, what would it be?
Since I'm in the Matric Council right now, I want to leave a legacy where other Matric Council members of next year and the following generations would want to aspire other leaders. So I want to leave a legacy that will make other leaders want to do more than I did.
I would like to motivate children, especially learners who think they can't reach the goals. I would really like to motivate them to work to the best of their abilities. Nothing is impossible for them.
The generation of today is settling for mediocrity and not striving for excellence. So I want to leave the legacy of only striving for excellence and not mediocrity.
When this country was in checkmate, a king came along and liberated us all. His name? Nelson Mandela. So while we think about that, let's check out this video. It's Nasty C and You OK.
Mama, you okay? Mama, you okay? Mama, you okay? Mama, you okay?
Here's my challenge for tomorrow, Madiba Day, to learn more about this amazing man's life. And also learn how he started something really, really valuable for all of us South Africans. So I'd like to ask you now, what do you feel is the best way for us to continue Nelson Mandela's legacy?
I think what he taught us was simply to just be love. He was himself, and the world saw that. They saw him for who he was, and he fought for what he believed in, and I think that's what he taught us.
I think Nelson Mandela was this big role model, international role model, and by influencing other people to each day make a small difference in someone else's life, even by just putting a smile on someone else's face, we can make a difference in the community. And by making sure the youth never forgets Nelson Mandela and the legacy that he's left behind, and we can strive to forward that legacy.
A big part of Nelson Mandela's legacy was striving for change. So if each and every person would just bring that little bit of change, I feel that all those little bits would strive and contribute to Nelson Mandela's legacy.
That's it for Expresso Amp for this week. My name is Carl Wasty. I'll leave you with this video by MT. It's called Ghetto Hero, as we celebrate our hero tomorrow on Nelson Mandela Day. Do your 67 minutes and enjoy.
I'm nothing. You already know that turn me into something. Yeah, I wanna be a ghetto hero. Yeah, I wanna be a ghetto hero. Yeah, something like Steve Biko. Yeah. Ungakali mama.
Monday morning. Well, listen, there's a lot of buzz lately around society policing women for what they choose to wear. Well, one very outspoken example of body confidence is Soli Philander, who got social media buzzing after she rocked one of the country's biggest social events in dresses that definitely match the heat in Durban.
Socialite Soli Philander has always been controversial with her no apologies and in-your-face style. This year, she caused quite a stir at the Durban July with her racy outfits.
Zodwa, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. But I want to know, is the persona we see on social media the same Zodwa that is at home?
It depends. There's bad and good. So I take it as it comes. I'm a human being. I'm real. I I have problems like everyone else. It's good and bad. I take it as it comes. So this is me. I'm real.
Do you think that the things you do were gonna draw so much attention, or is it just something that comes naturally to you?
I don't worry about the outcome because it's my work. I'm an entertainer, I'm an MC, I'm a socialite. So I don't do it for attention.
So it works for you?
It's work for me.
The Durban July dresses had tongues wagging as Zodwa provocatively showed off her cellulite with a slit that left little to the imagination but was empowering for Zodwa.
The dress you wore at the Durban July created a lot of controversy. Did you think that it would get so much attention when you wore the dress?
No, I didn't. You know, the Durban July, we all set a foot forward, you know, for fashion. So I went for what I know is going to be comfortable on my body. I had 3 dresses for the night. I didn't know the black one is going to get the attention that it's getting.
Was you wearing that dress trying to portray a message saying that, you know what, any woman of any shape and size can wear what they want?
There's a picture that's trending that I'm showing my side of my body with the cellulite on my thigh. So if I wanted a perfect pictures, I could have told the cameraman that I work with. So we picked a few pictures that we wanted to allow the public to see because I wanted to show how we are as women, whether outside or inside of our homes or publicly. We know we have cellulite, we have stretch marks. We are women at the end of the day. We belittle ourselves because we have to act or behave in this certain perfect image. Behind closed doors, we're all not perfect. For instance, I don't put makeup, then they call me Mangosuthu Buthelezi because I don't have such on my face and on my hair. After a long day, when we get back home, we wash our face, we take off those wigs, then we're back to being Mangosuthu Buthelezi as Zoto Wabantu.
Now, Zoto, lastly, I want to know, would you ever wear such a revealing dress again? And if not, why?
If there's a certain dress that I want the tailor to design for me, I'll still go for it. Whether I'm gonna be fat in the 2 years' time with more cellulite, I'll stand as in being Zodwa Wabantu because I'm comfortable in my own skin because there's no fake in me.
I like that, and I think we can all learn something here. It's great to be comfortable in your own skin.
With strong beliefs and a feisty personality to match, Zodwa Wabantu certainly proves that one sometimes needs a thick skin and sometimes you just have to show it off.
Absolutely love it, man. Well done, sister. Well done. So if you're a fan of Luc Besson's The Fifth Element, big fan here, then this one is for you.
Exactly. Experience the award-winning director's latest masterpiece, Valerian, and the City of 1,000 Planets with Expresso's new Metro Movie Club.
You could win double tickets to see the exclusive premiere of the spectacular film and experience it in style at the New Metro VIP Hyde Park on the 20th of July, a day before it's, and I'm going to say that again, a day before its worldwide release. Beautiful.
Not only do you get to see the film with multi-sensory 4DX effects, but you will also feel as though you've been transported to the City of 1,000 Planets itself, thanks to themed food, decor, drinks, all included in the awesome prize.
So, tickets for this exclusive VIP event are available on the New Metro website, but you can also stand a chance of winning 4DX tickets to the premiere, which are not for sale. To enter the competition, simply SMS the keyword Valerian and your name to 40675. Each MS is going to cost you just $1, and terms and conditions, as always, can be found on expressoshow.com.
That's right.
Find the best entertainment at New Metro Cinemas. It's your scene.
Well, we're not ready to say goodbye just yet on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Stick around because after the break, it's a new day, which means it's also a new opportunity for us to make our money pledges. So we'll see you in just a bit.
The search for a better way to soothe itchy skin conditions began over a decade ago, and we discovered the answer beneath the ocean. Our natural active ingredient, CEMK, is derived from brown sea kelp, known for its powerful anti-itch and anti-inflammatory properties. The result, 100% cortisone-free itch relief that's suitable for the whole family. Dermic Help for itchy, irritated skin and scalp conditions, including eczema.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC 3. Oh, guys, this weekend did me in. Anyways, we are officially into our second week of our hashtag My Savings Pledge challenge with Nedbank, and we have all pledged to cut out just one or even more things to save money towards something really important. And of course, we all think that saving is really, really hard, but with Nedbank, it's become a whole lot easier. So my question for you is, how have you been saving in the past? Is there any specific thing that you've decided to maybe cut out that's going to help you towards your savings journey?
Well, I think traditionally, before going on this really cool exercise, I would try and take a portion at the beginning of the month rather than kind of seeing what was left over at the end of the month. And it's always good to, if you've got something left over, to kind of put it into into something, especially when it comes to long-term savings. But what I've loved about this exercise, I obviously gave up one small thing that was like wasting wipes, baby's wipes, because I use them for absolutely everything. And I'm saving so much. You can hear me rustling my chains. It might be smaller increments, but it is working. Look at the money that is coming in. Absolutely
and
cool,
you,
man.
Zoe, did you have any particular method that you used as well?
For me, it's always great to have an end goal in mind. So, you know, whether it is for traveling, to have to picture that trip, and then every cent you spend, you kind of ask yourself, should I be enjoying this coffee right here, or could I enjoy it in Greece? And that also helped you to change your mindset and how you spend, so that you can know, okay, cool, this money I can actually spend there instead of
You are actually going to Greece, eh?
Well, that's one of the trips. So I have my money up there, if you don't mind passing it along in my jar. So the thing I decided to give up was, in fact, to start cooking and eat out less. Hence, I'm going to put this
Well done.
You guys are so amazing, and we want you to join us on our hashtag My Savings Pledge Challenge. Now, whether it's 10 Rand a week or 500 Rand, it is something. Money does grow when you consistently save and invest wisely. So let us know on Facebook what you're pledging to give up and save towards. We'd love to hear from you. But we'll see you next week. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm done. I'm going to go home now, and I am going to go sleep.
Love ya.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.